And we're live. Morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning thoughts. Good morning, Sharon Ingram. Thank you for being here. I'm sorry about the little delay to come to the screen. I was out here trying to figure out which one of these fire alarm smoke detectors were. One of my smoke detector them started beeping incessantly. Beep, beep, beep. And I'm trying to figure out which one it is so I can stop it before me start the live. Because I didn't want to start the live and have to stop or tell you, excuse me, so I had to go take care of that. And I didn't want to hear it constantly throughout the live. I think I found which one it is. All right. Here we are. Morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning thoughts. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to the people coming in from work this morning. Extra special big up shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. I have the utmost respect for you. Shout out to my entrepreneurs, my stay-at-home moms and pops, my retirees. Shout out to the drivers. Shout out to the Uber driver, Lyft driver, truck driver, taxi driver, food delivery drivers, round town and long distance truck drivers. Shout out to the crossing guards and the school teachers, law enforcement personnel, medical field personnel, military personnel, barbers in barbershops, beauticians in the beauty salons, hairdressers. Shout out to the nail techs. Shout out to the security guards. Shout out to whatever it is you do for a living. Shout out to you. Shout out to every single clean-hearted, good-hearted person who wants good for others as much as you want good for yourself. Welcome. Here we are on this beautiful Wednesday morning. Today is the 22nd of October, 2025, and we're happy to be here. Listen, we got a couple of things to talk about this morning. I know every morning I keep saying, no, I'm going to stay too long this morning. It's going to be very short. And then 4 hours later, we're 4 hours later, we're still on live. I think it's going to be very short this morning for real. So let's get into our topics. Before I do that, though, let me just big up two people before we get started. So Yvonne Walford was here. Uncommon Sense was here. Nans is the first one in green names. Good morning, Nans. Thank you for being here. Nisha, big up yourself. PG, BM is in the building this morning. Mervyn Point, Jamaica Kurt is also here. Miss Gully Robinson is here. Simon G is in the building. Sharon Spence, S Diva. P Niles 123 is here. Saben TV is in the building. Patricia Jackson, thank you. Anthony Vaz, thank you for being here. Mistress B Talks Health and Wellness with a Twist is with us as well. Lil Red Gucci, thank you. Hope all is well with you. Grace James, thank you for being here. Audrey Wright, appreciate you. Thank you for being here. And let me see who else I haven't called out yet. Sharon Ingram, Freedom Earners is in the building. Wayne Nathan is here. Senior Sexy. Who else? Jazzy Lady is here. Kai Tai Jai Empress. Dorothy T is in the building with us this morning. If I didn't call your name, Sandra Ellis, Lady Jazzy Lady, British Jamaican Girl is also here with us. If I didn't call your name, it's because I skipped over your name by accident, and you don't know it's love and respect same way. Got a couple of things to talk about this morning, but let me see. I was just listening to a doctor who was talking about not diseases. He was talking about relationships that make you sick. And I thought that was a good topic to bring over here. Relationships that make you sick. This is not something that we haven't talked about before, but I just feel like getting into it this morning again as well. So we're going to talk a bit about that. Remember, we're short this morning, so relationships that make you sick. And then we're going to talk about Mavado's concert, his return to Jamaica. His concert date is announced along with the venue. And then there's a situation that happened yesterday, which was televised, and we all saw it. Well, who saw it. And it was the leader of the opposition party, Mark Golding, leading a walkout. And they walked out of Parliament yesterday when the Speaker of the House, which is also the Prime Minister's wife, was behaving in a certain manner. So we're going to try to figure out what that is about, right? Along the lines of me saying before that I don't think she should be in that position because of reasons I will speak about in a minute. That walkout right there. And also there's a story here about a mom who wants everybody to know that her son was a good guy and he didn't really mean any harm when he did what he did that cost the life of quite a few, or a couple of people. We'll dive into that story as well. And that should be about it for the morning. No, nothing too strenuous this morning. It's Wednesday. I thought about taking the day off, and I was like, yeah, let me come just put in a good hour, and hour and a half, and then send everybody off on to have a beautiful day in that way. My bedmate of the Prime Minister, Audrey, bedmate. She's also the Speaker of the House. Let's get Mavado out the way first, right? I'm super excited about the Mavado thing that's going on. We're talking about the reggae icon, better known as Gully Gad or Mavado. So the fans are already dubbing this festive season a Gully Christmas, according to Jamaica Star. A Gully Christmas. Yep. As dancehall star Mavado is gearing up for his highly anticipated return to Jamaica's stage on December 27th is the day that the concert is slated for. British Jamaican girl Jaden is still missing. Yeah. Oh. Along those lines, I have a video of a man who something happened to his child in Jamaica as well, and he had something to say. I think it's super important for us to hear, but let's get this one by one. So Mavado, the people are excited. I'm excited. They're planning for his return to Jamaica. He has not performed in Jamaica in about a decade. The singer is set to perform at Plantation Cove. For those of you who have been to concerts there, you know what the venue looks like. Plantation Cove in Prairie, St. Anne, beautiful St. Anne, at Reggae Fest, Jamaica. The return of the Gully God, Mavado. Mavado, who had remained overseas since a 2018 warrant had been issued for his arrest on a charge of assault occasioning bodily harm. He returned to Jamaica October 14th, and that was dropped, so he no longer has to worry about that. His son, he got his son off of a life sentence, and his son has been free and laying low-key since, and things are on the up and up, it seems, right? Reggae Fest Jamaica is promoted by CJ Milan, the same person I told you about who did a lot of you know who CJ Milan is. She does big things. Her journey into what she is doing now is pretty storied, and it's out there. You can go look up CJ Milan promoter, and you'll see he's working with somebody who is pretty prominent at what she does in her field. So CJ Milan, whose Reggae Fest tour has made several successful runs internationally, featuring major acts such as Vibes Cartel, Capleton, Shensia, Bounty Killer, Elephant Man. The next leg of this tour will now see Mavado headlining on his home soil. So, born and raised in Cassava Peace, Mavado rose to prominence in the mid-2000s with a string of chart-topping hits. His breakout single, Real McCoy, They Ain't the Real McCoy, established him as singing star, followed by his popular tracks such as Where Dem A Do, Where Dem A Do, Where Dem A Try, Tomorrow We Fly High, High into the Sky, and So Special, I'm So Special, I'm So Special, So Special, So Special. Yeah, he later became a central figure in the infamous Gully Gaza rivalry and released his critically acclaimed debut album, Gangster for Life, with, of course, the lead single, Gangster for Life. Remember that? The Symphony of David Brooks in 2007. Over the years, Mavado has signed with major international record labels, including VP Records. He was once a part of also We The Best music group. Also Cash Money Records, which I didn't know about the Cash Money one. He has collaborated with global artists such as Jay-Z, Akon, Nicki Minaj, just to name a few, and he adopted the stage name Mavado, which was inspired by a Swiss watch brand, the Mavado watch, or the Movado watch, with a slight variation in spelling, M-O for the watch, Mavado, and M-A for his name, Mavado. He will celebrate his 44th birthday on November 30th, just weeks before his long-awaited return to the Jamaican stage. Now, my question is, who is planning to go to Mavado concert in Jamaica? Again, when Vybz Kartel was about to perform, it was pandemonium. I was able to get a group of people from here to convince everybody that it was worth us paying a hefty sum to get a VIP and go to that concert, right? We paid quite a sum of money. It was thousands of dollars paid, US dollars, for the Vybz Kartel thing. Big up to the whole crew that was there with me. PG was one. Who else was the other one? Quite a few of you in here were. Well, not quite a few of you in here. Allow me to tell. PG was one. Big up yourself, PG. I see you now. And what's her name was another one. How could I forget your name? I'm sorry. Charla. Charla's Law. Yeah, Charla was the other one from out of here that was a part of our crew that went to the Vybz Kartel concert in Jamaica when Vybz Kartel did his first concert after being released from prison after serving 13 years when he was supposed to do 38 before he was eligible for parole. And he ended up, you know what happened, took that to Privy Council, beat the case, came back, verdict quashed and sentence overturned and all that stuff, and big celebration. And it was epic because it was a celebration of ending the old year and going into the new year. He did it right on the eve off. So it was something else. Also, it came with the fireworks and all that other stuff, which, you know, on the Vybz Rum and these things, I wasn't really there. Cause I get up the next morning, telling people, say, it's a New Year's celebration. Them not even bust no fireworks or, or nothing. And when I went back and looked, there was definitely a fireworks show. And they were loud. Boom, boom, pshing, pshing, fireworks all in the air. Could you imagine how drunk I was? How drunk I was that I didn't even hear or feel or see any of them, and woke up the next morning, didn't even remember. So fireworks went off. And I still have all the videos on my phone right now still that I'm supposed to compile. I don't know. I'm saving them for the right moment, I guess. I'm supposed to compile all of them. Honestly, I'm not saving them for the right moment. I cannot get videos off of my phone. The phone, yeah, I can't get video off of the phone. I thought I could record with this phone and then just simply USB transfer it to my computer, which I've always been able to do with all my other phones. And for some reason, can't get the video of them off of this phone, but I have a lot of them. And it is through those videos that I was able to see. I was the one who was filming everything that I said wasn't happening. But it's done. I was done. I filmed everything that I said didn't happen. Wake up the next day and I say, I don't know, because New Year's celebration is supposed to come with all fireworks and them thing that, you know, PG them was like, there was fireworks. I'm like, there was? When? Because I didn't see no fireworks. I go in my videos. I'm holding the phone up like this with myself in the shot too, and the fireworks going off right behind me. But it done, yo. That Straight Vybz Rum was something else. And I don't just say that either because, you know, I like Vybz Kartel as an artist or anything like that. But the Straight Vybz Rum has a smooth kick to it that you're not going to feel it until you really feel it. And by the time you feel it, you might have consumed too much of it. Yeah. So it was, I'm expecting rum to burn or rum to be like, cause it's rum. I wasn't feeling nothing. So I'm like, drink, pour some more, man. Maybe now I'm pouring enough, man. And yeah, next thing I know, it was one of them. Suddenly I'm just there. It really crept up on me. It really crept up on me. Plus a bag of things that I go on. Anyway, Mavado though. Here's my question. Is there anybody in here who is planning to go to Jamaica? Let's Bond TV, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Is there anybody else in here who's planning to go to Jamaica December for the Mavado thing? Or you will be in December anyway, in Jamaica December anyways, and you plan on attending? Anybody here? I'm trying to see something. I'm trying to see if maybe I could pull off a stunt. You know, trying to see if maybe I could pull off a stunt, like meet up with some people possibly. At that, I haven't looked at the ticket prices yet. Let me see what the ticket prices are. I have not looked at the ticket prices yet to see. If anybody know the ticket prices, please tell me. You know, the Vibes Cartel ticket prices were outlandish, to say the least, but people did not pay them. People were paying them, you know. Not sure about attending the show. Nans, you will be there. Yeah. What Audrey said, put straight in another dimension. May I tell you, I was out of there. Nan says she will be there, but not too sure about attending the show. Okay. And you're the only one that said you'll be there. Oh, Charlotte. There you go, Charlotte. Morning, Charlotte. Charlotte's Law says, I will be there, but not sure about the concert either. Why? Lord, I don't see an excitement to go. You know, Jamaica, stay still. I don't want nobody to, because our people are kind of sensitive about people they like and stuff like that. So I don't want nobody to take this as no shade. I don't see an urgency for a lot of people to go from this angle. However, that is Jamaica, and this is December. And I don't know if y'all saw what Buju Banton and Barris Hammond did at that same venue, Plantation Cove. I think PG actually went to that, and we were supposed to go to that, but we left it for we were doing everything last minute. So last minute, I said, all right, I could drive, because we were in Clarendon, and I was like, let's book something in St. Anne the day before and drive into St. Anne, get a house or something, drive into St. Anne, and then spend that day there, go to the concert with Buju and Barris in the nighttime, and then the next day after, we'll have the whole day in St. Anne, and then leave another day after that, head back to Clarendon. Could I tell you, we could not get a ticket for the concert, and we could not get a place to stay. And then when we got to the tickets, we still couldn't find a place to stay. So we were like, you know what? Maybe it's best for us to not go. So that's how we ended up not going. But I saw what the place looked like. I saw the crowd, right? So I know that Mavado is going to be able to pack that venues per se. Sheldon Weldon said, if tickets haven't been booked well. If tickets haven't been booked well, that means what? If you haven't booked your tickets yet, you might not be able to get one, right? It says around 1,200 from New York. Oh, from New York. Oh, you talking about live on the air with SouFLo? Good morning. Yeah. Good morning.
Morning, SouFLo.
Morning, Carla. How you doing?
I'm all right. It's PG.
PG1. Now I know the voice now.
Do you know that every time you talk about that, the Barris Hammond shows, like if you would just
call
answer your
right?
phone?
Yeah, right. But you remember what was going on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I was like, man, just mash up my whole vibes the whole time, and then. But by that time, though, everything was good, and we were trying to go. I don't know why I wasn't answering the phone. I probably didn't have it on me or something like that, but I wish I did. You
wouldn't have to worry about nothing. We have place to stay. We got backstage passes. My daughter get to meet Barris. Listen, it was lit.
Man, and I saw somebody lift up the drone over the not just the venue when it was packed, but the road to the venue. And the traffic alone looked crazy going there.
It took me hours. It took me hours to get up to the venue. Hours.
Are you gonna be there in December?
Well, my grandma is gonna be 100 in January.
Oh.
And I already booked my ticket for January. So
Okay,
I'm not
okay.
counting it out, but I don't know.
Okay.
But I know I'm gonna be there in January. But for December, 50-50.
Okay. All right. God bless grandma. Oh my.
Listen, man, that SouFlo, she has
100
all her marbles
at 100.
at 100, and she walk and she don't mess herself up. The lady is a blessing. All she talks about is God.
Oh
Marcy, I hope
man.
you're praising God. I hope you're doing this. Oh God, it's just
That's the type of people you stay close to, you know. They have
yes,
seen and been through and know so
she is
much. Yes,
blessed.
yes. Yes. Love
Yes.
her up, yes.
I tell you, for
Mm-hmm.
real.
Can only imagine. Oh my.
100.
Yes, man. So you'll be back there to celebrate her.
I'll be back there to do her little, birthday thing.
Yes,
God's
yes.
willing.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Mhm.
Well, man, all right. All right, PG. Big up yourself.
So that's my cake, and I love Mavado.
Yeah, but you weren't the timing, right? The timing. Because I would
It's
love
the
to
it's
be
the
there too.
timing.
I would love to be there too, but timing for me too.
Yeah,
'Cause-
it's the timing.
yeah.
But it's still 50-50.
Still 50-50. Might have to do a
Mm-hmm.
mad dash in and dash out. I don't know.
Probably.
Yeah. Well, we'll see when we get closer to it. Right?
All right.
All right, my friend.
Bye bye, Sofo.
All right. So we'll have to see when we get closer to it. Might have to do a mad dash in and dash out, you know. I don't want to miss. I don't want to miss it. I know it's gonna be epic. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. I already feel the vibes for that one. It's Mavado. When Mavado, let me tell you something. Uh, just like how Vibes Cartel, this thing is so prophetic. Just like how Vibes Cartel had a song for his entrance, right? Like Mavado, when Mavado at this concert, when Mavado sing, even if me left the gully, don't worry, the place I go lift off, crazy. Live on the air with SouFlo. Good morning.
Hi, SouFlo. Good morning.
Morning, family. How you doing?
I'm all right. I'm doing some laundry.
Talk to me now. What's going on?
SouFlo,
Mm-hmm.
I just hear you say you might dash in and dash out. No matter with that, remember say your wife is very pretty.
You see.
No matter with that.
But you see, that's what I'm saying. I'm pressed for time, and situation dictates.
Yeah, take it out of your man. Rub it up. Rub out the one day.
Yeah.
When you dash out, fuck my happen. So stay where you're there.
God no. Somebody just cancel myself out tight then. All together.
Yeah. PG, big up a nice clean self and make sure you buy one ticket for December. Nobody with me. All right, SouFlo, bye.
All right, big up yourself. Isn't that easy, That's exactly why I was saying just now. I don't know. Okay, so since she bust it out, then I might have to just altogether be like, no, can't go. But I'm a risky kind of person sometimes. Like one day in and out thing, just for that event. Like this Mavado concert is gonna be huge, okay? This is gonna be monumental as well because of all the stuff that surrounded this, and how long he has not performed in Jamaica as well, and because of the timing of it, what time of the year it is. Oh my God, I don't know if that's why I'll be feeling bad for some of you who haven't been back to Jamaica in a while, man, because nowhere beats Jamaica at that time of the year. Like end of year, Jamaica is so festive. You could smell and feel Christmas into January, New Year's, if you're in Jamaica. Like once you're up on the ground, you can feel it. It's just different. It's a different vibe, a different feeling. I guess I'm gonna have to skip that this year. But I have big things happening still along the way. But me do want jump in and jump out still. I was thinking of one day in and just right back out same time. I don't know. I'll see how it goes when we get closer. But she make me know say don't do it. Stay with what you're there. Nisha says, SouFlo, you ain't going nowhere. Shakira not allowing you. Allowing that. LOL. Me a big man, you know. Oh, I'm a big man. I go where I want to go. When I want to go. I know where she allow me to go. And she a big woman. She go where she want to go and she want to go too. And I don't have no problem with it. But yeah, considering what's happening that time of the year. Now, my other question is this. Is Vybz Kartel having a concert that time of the year? Because if Mavado's is on the 27th, and Vybz Kartel is going to be the same time it was last year, which would be the last day of January, heading into the morning of the last day of December, heading into the first day of the new year, January 1st. That's two big concerts from two big entertainers almost back to back, which leaves me to ask the question, how is Sting going to do this year? How is Sting going to do this year? Nancy, if you sit this one out. Sit this one out. Yeah. May I sit this one out? Apparently. How Sting are going to go on this year? That's the question. How Sting are going to go on this year? It look like Sting gets stung again. Oh, God, me feel sorry. No, me feel sorry. Now I feel sorry for when name Mr. Leng and these people. Because Sting look like it can't get resurrected. It doesn't look like it. If Mavado is on the ground having his concert on the 27th, Sting is what? Sting is usually the day after Christmas Day, right? Which is on the 26th. Not gonna happen. No. Well, you know, I said last time, the people will probably be glad, and there's enough to go around for everybody, because you go to Mavado concert don't mean you can't go Sting. But who's gonna do Sting on the 26th, Mavado concert on the 27th, and Sting did a plan to have like multiple nights off, which would cut into one of the nights them that Mavado was having his stuff. This it's going to be interesting to see. And I wonder if we're going to hear any tough talk this time. Remember, Mr. Leng, when Kartel was planning his stuff, Mr. Leng was like, this is my lane. And yeah, just all me I say is don't cross in my lane. Remember? He was like, I said, that sounds like a threat to me. This is my lane and don't cross in my lane. That's all me I say. And the people them took it how they took it, and there was no Sting. So the question must be asked. Him learn him lesson? Nobody now got Sting as diva? Lord God. That's bad timing. That's bad timing. If Sting is going to keep, Sting can't do it with what they planned on doing. Because last year they did plan to do multiple nights. So if they were going to be on the 26th and the 27th, I think they were going to go for 3 nights or something like that. 26, 27, 28. And people say, okay, you can go and do that because Kartel show is on none of those nights. He actually took the last night of the year, heading into the first of the new year. So he's not in your way. You have time to do your thing, clean up everything, you know what I mean? Get all the money out of the way and everything. And then whatever is left over for him, he's willing to take, which we already know that's not how it was going to play out. It was going to play out with people saying, I save my money on my time, yeah, man. Because going out in Jamaica now is not like going out in Jamaica one time, you know. Back in the day when you go out in Jamaica, you walk with your little pocket money and you buy 2 bag juice and you buy some peanut and you might get 2 patty or a cup soup or something. A big things are going on in Jamaica now. Jamaica move forward like the rest of the world. Partying in Jamaica now, you have bottle girls and you're popping bottles on your table and you have all kind of. So you know when people feel like say you in Jamaica and you go to party, like you probably can have money for splash out for every night that you go out. I could see why people would skip an event. Because you might not go to the event and look like how you want to look or feel like how you want to feel. If you like going out and popping a few bottles and having your own table with a big bucket with ice and all these things and, you know, a couple bottle pan table and these things, them things that cost a whole heap of money. Top end bottles that cost a whole heap of money. Before you know it, you spent a whole lot of money plus entrance fees to all these things. So it's not like, unless you have, and a lot of people don't have it like that. If you do that night after night after night, event after event after event kind of something. Would it be worth it? Would it be worth it? I don't see it happening for Sting. I don't want to pronounce Sting dead. I don't want to be that person that pronounced Sting dead. I want to see Sting resurrected. I honestly do. I honestly do. On another note, I feel like the artists them are having a fun day, field day. Remember what I said yesterday? On your way up, shake a lot of hands, show gratitude and respect on your way up because you don't know how long you're going to be up. And on your way down is the same asses you're going to have to be kissing, right? Just saying. So I think Sting had its time where it was the man. Sting had did the done on the block for how long? And all these little artists who started out like that and used to get them disrespect and them don't get them proper pay and talk to them like them and nobody and shot them on them little contract and you know perform again and move from where somebody book somebody else and come perform and you know get your money and them can't bad up nobody again because these little artists have now turned into giants and it is their turn and they haven't forgotten what was done to them. So none of them now get Sting a strength. It's kind of like that's why you're good to people because you never know. You're not always going to be up. You know what I mean? Imagine if they were always good to people and then forward into the future like now and all these people were... Imagine Mavado now. Run on over Sting and get Sting a strength. Cartel, run on over Sting and get Sting a strength. Sting would probably have the pulling power like it always did from back in the day. Popcorn and them, run on past Sting and get Sting a strength. Nah. Everybody is like, we're not performing over there. It's for dead. It's for dead and buried. Even though they're not saying it for dead and buried, they're mostly saying, I don't care what they want to do over there. I'm not looking over there. I don't have no animosity against them. But you know what that mean, right? You know what that mean. Yeah. Nothing lasts forever, fam. Kaitaja Empress said, remember the same people you see on the way going up, you will be seeing the same ones on your way coming down. So be mindful of that. Yeah, a lot of people ain't mindful of that, though, until they're on their way coming down with that shame looking at them face, you know? And suddenly they forgot. All of them did do. But my granny said, who feels it, knows it. Remember me telling her, one time I asked my grandmother, I say, you remember when you did that beat me and you bust my head? And I did that bleed all over the white t-shirt and I did have on. My grandmother said, me? Jesus Christ, Father, Savior, me. I said, yes, Grandma, you. And she said, me? Me beat you and bust your head. And my grandmother beat me one time, you know. And she was beating me with a leather belt. And the leather belt did have a big, thick buckle on it. And the buckle wrapped back around her hand like this. And when she went to swing it, instead of hitting me with the leather part of the belt, she hit me in my head hard as hell with the buckle, the big iron buckle. And it bust my head. And me as a little picnic, me that they run round and now me see blood. Because first of all, me I run round and try not to get beaten, right? And I'm like, why? Me used to go on all extra car. Me don't want no lick. Lord God, why? You ain't lick me on my penis. Why? And she was like, and that's why if you catch your blood, she'll beat the same way. you know, lick me in my penis, you know, she beat me down on my leg part. But me I say, lick me in my penis, because me I hope so she gonna stop. And that's how if you catch up, blah, she lick me same way. One time now the belt buckle bust my head. And when I looked and I saw how much blood, because you're running around, right? And the blood just a pump out. So I didn't realize where I got hit or where the blood was coming from. I just thought I was gonna die. And it's funny to me that she don't remember that. It's funny to me that she don't remember that. Yeah. What a little boy lie. Yeah, and then that she said, Jesus, Father, Savior, pilot me. Me? I said, yes, Grandma. You licked me and bust my head with the belt buckle. You don't remember? She said, no, I never do such thing. I said, you did. I'm not mad at you or anything. Because them times I'm big now, you know? And I think when I told her that she had come to visit us in the US, we did big by now. See? So I was driving and she was in the passenger seat. And, you know, it was more like, but not lie. A part of me felt like you're up on my territory now. You know what I mean? You're up on my turf now. I mean, I look up at me and me come pick you up at airport and me I drive now. So me I'll confront you about this thing. That's the attitude I had at first. I'll be honest with you. Right? So I was like, me I confront her about this because she bust me head and me I look up at me. But when I said it to her, you know, like my grandmother always been that kind of person, man. Like, even one time I feel like I could talk to her like, me a big man now. As soon as I get in her presence, it just changed back to no, you not. It just changed back to you better go sit down. I mean, I know I'm expecting like a karate chopping on my throat or something where me never sit down before because I have that much like reverence for them. So I confronted her in the car and she was a beer Jesus. She called down and Father, Savior, pilot, me and me. And you know when them do the me. No, me do that. I said, all right, Grandma. All right. At that point, my mind was already saying, you know what? Just let it go. Because nothing good now come out of this. So I told her, I said, you know what? You did. And she was like, I didn't. I don't remember doing that. But, you know, you would remember more than me. Because who feels it knows it. Ain't gonna lie, for about a millisecond, I felt like giving her a good elbow. Like, what do you mean by who feels it knows it? Well, that just flashed across my mind and I just left it there, so, you know. Yeah, you would remember more than me. You would remember more than me, Miss Ruby said. Because who feels it knows it. Yeah. Me never have up Miss Ruby, man. No, me never have her up. Me did feel at the moment when me see her and we are riding at the car and thing. Me did just feel like it just came over me. You know what I'm saying? That like confront her now, like ask her now. Me don't know where it come from. I don't have her up. But you know what? If me didn't have her up, I may have every right to have her up. You ever get beaten and get your head busted? Like that's a normal kind of beating. That wasn't no normal kind of beating. If you get them kind of, if beat one of your kids like that today and see, you're going to prison. Okay, that wasn't no normal kind of beating. So nobody me try to make me feel bad even if me did have her up. But I didn't have her up though. Because I talked to her many times before that. I saw her many times before that. It was just this time she come visit us in the US. And it wasn't us going to Jamaica to see her. So she did it on my turf now. So, you know, I said, I drive through Miami like me. I done them time. I was like, so you remember when you bust my head, Grandma, when you beat me and bust my head? I was saying, you see me up here, a big man now, when I drive a big car and them something there. Remember when you bust my head? Beat me on. And, you know, she was like, she looked like she could have bust my head. And I like, live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Ben I'll cut you.
Yeah.
But just imagine the little youth who miss it.
Mm-hmm.
God.
All right, fam. Him saying, no, cut me, but just imagine the little youth were missing. He talking about Jaden. Yeah, but we grew up under them conditions there. Who in here didn't get some good lick when they were well, some of them might not have. Me grew up with beaty. I used to get whole heap of beating. Because she loved beat. She loved beat. She really loved beat. Miss Ruby beat and talk. She beat and talk. She beat and sing. Every word what she gonna say to you, you get a lick out of it. Them the kind of beating that. It was just one of the things that happened. I never held it against her because I knew what she was, the kind of beating what she was trying to do. And her reaction when she actually, the beating, her reaction when she finally see, like the blood and stuff on my shirt. It's not like she did keep on and beat me or nothing like that. She freaked out. She panicked too, right? She panicked too. But back that time, I tell myself, say, yeah, panic because you know some of my mother, they are foreigner. You know some of my mother don't easy. So you go try cover it up now because you know what my mother find out because my mother no play no. When it come about with, my mother like one take a reg. So I was like, yeah, you go try cover. In my mind, of course. I wasn't saying none of that out loud because I just wasn't raised like that. You weren't going to talk any which way you want to talk. Even one time you did right. Right? My dad was the speaker. My mom was the beater. Audrey. Yeah, even when you did right, you not talk no any kind of way. Can't bright up yourself and talk about me right, and you wrong. And it wasn't them kind of grow up there. Lovely Anika says, I got beat with a frying pan, a 2 before piece of wood. Anything granny can catch. I have to run down the place and try duck and dive and try not get murder. Donna Davis said, my mom beat us once a week every Sunday. Was it one of them kind of beating there where I'm not going to beat you anyway just in case you do something? And you're wondering, what did I do? You know, do nothing yet, but this is just in case you do something. Oh, God. Well, Mervyn said, you're lucky she never slapped you across your head back in Miami. Yeah, and Mervyn, I'm telling you, I felt that coming. That's why my granny was like, she was calm and cool and everything, but when she was up on her feet and moving around, man, she wasn't the kind of person to play with. That you have to watch your speech. You have to watch your speech. Remember, my grandmother came here to visit. I told y'all this before. Everybody gathered up around the house and happy to see them and thing and whole heap of food and drinks and it was time to eat and everybody just jumped down into them food and my grandmother, even some of the people in the house, she never seen them before. Grandma stopped everybody. Hey, wait. I said, oh, what? No. She was like, so everybody just eat so? Or just dung in your plate so? Nobody don't grace food around here. Nobody don't sell like a prayer, no nothing. I was like, wow. So she commanded. You know what I mean? She always commanded. So I know somebody when I could have style up and talk to any which way I want to talk to anyway. I was just putting it out there because I was in my feelings for a second and I wanted to hear what she had to say about it. I did think the lady I gonna say I'm sorry and it was an accident. I was looking for closure. And me get traumatized and my head bust. Me that look for closure. And me never get the closure when we did look for. So I could tell by experience, say, how Caribbean parents stay. They will never say, oh my God, that must have been so traumatic for you. If I that you look for, you live a foreign too long. Oh my God, come here, let me hold you. Give me a hug. That must have been so traumatic for you. I am sorry I did that. I apologize. Now, this is the right thing to do. This is what you should have done. It would have given me some closure. It would have had me feeling like you cared and understand now, say you understood that it was a mistake too. But don't do that to Caribbean parents. I don't give a damn how old you get and how old they get. I don't care how big you think you are. Don't do that to Caribbean parents. And worse, it's a foreign thing you got to take up, friend. It's a foreign thing you got to take up. I don't care who want to say, yeah, because, we were brought up traumatized and, the slavery beating and stuff. Yes, good. All of that. We know. they're still not breaking down to you to know, I'm sorry, I apologize, I was wrong, I shouldn't have done it. You know, it was a bad thing I did to you. I can't imagine the trauma I must have caused you. I can't imagine being a little child and somebody bust my head and blood all over my clothes. You must have felt like you were going to die. I want you to know that I was wrong. And I know that I was wrong the minute I did it. And, you know, it stayed with me over these years. All that me I look for, you know. All that me I look for. Never get not one bit of that. Me. Before them say, you all that, they're calling Jesus for you. Me. Look for me good. Me. Hey, when you get hit with the look for me good, just know say it's done. Me. Look for me good. Me. How me not remember that? I can't remember that. Jesus, Savior, Father, pilot me. That means you lie, you tell upon them now. You know, they will call down Jesus to them defense. Jesus, Savior, pilot me. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Morning, Flo. How you doing?
My dad, no brother, Walton.
Well, I'm there. I not think Miss will be worse than my mother.
You don't think so?
No, so my mother just take pride in her beating.
She take pride, but did she ever apologize to you at any point in life?
No, never. And I'm the type of person when I speak to her, me remember her every minute.
You're buying her?
And she not apologize.
Yeah, none of them.
Me tell her I said she used belt buckle and bust me big toenail and for 3, 4, 5, 7 years. Me said the defection and me remember that lick, she still not care. Me tell her I said she beat me at church in front of everybody.
Embarrass you.
For no reason, because I forget to bring snacks for my brother. And that day there, me feel away in front of everybody. Me stand up to her, like me when go give her a left hand, you know.
You're bad.
No,
you did mad.
Yeah, man, me did mad because...
No, that day that you did mad. That day that you did gone mad. But left hand. You never feel like the community would have killed you?
No, but you see, all the church sisters and everybody said, me tell her, I say, do not provoke the child to wrath.
Them did that on your side?
Yeah, they was on my side.
No,
everybody
not for me.
Mother beat.
Yeah, not for me, brother. Me think my community would have run me down and help them kill me. That's all. Which part me come from? Picnic don't have no talk. In my time growing up, Picnic have no talk. I don't business how right you might think you is. You have no talk.
So it's like, you know that show Matilda, I'm big, you're small, I'm right, you're wrong, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Just like that. Just like that. Yeah, man, when I grew up, man, listen, when I say this, I'm not over-exaggerating. I'm telling you, I think my community would help to put me under if I did pass my place with any of the adult them that was raising me, particularly Miss Ruby and Mas Clevey. So I know it's not far-fetched to think that them would have hold me down and beat me till me dead or something like that. I mean, we grew up on that real fear, you know, and that was for every picnic, you know, in that era.
You can't pass somebody at Elder Road and not say good morning, the goose cook.
Yeah, you can't do that when we come from, brother. Not when I was growing up. You would have heard, you don't have no manners. Me know some Miss Ruby raise you better than that. You know, you have to say, I'm sorry, Miss Smith, good morning. Quick. Quick.
Yeah, man, my mother beat, man. And then I'm listening to you just now and I realized that growing up, sometimes the reason why we talk about it wouldn't like a closure to it because kids sometimes traumatize that they don't forget some stuff.
Brother, I'm traumatized. I'm not telling no lie. Could you imagine being 6 years old and somebody beat you and bust your head? You're 6, you know. Look on a 6-year-old. My son right now, Kai, is 7. Milani is 5. So right in between, those are babies. Them lick the when me did a tech at that time, at that age. I had if I was to be any kind of way malicious towards my grandmother in thought, as in me I hold that against her, I would actually have every right to be that. But me not hold that against her. But me look at my kids them and think, damn, imagine me beating Malani right now and bust her head and she see blood everywhere. You know, some of my poor daughter would probably faint because they're treated so differently, you know. And then my son Kai go beat him and bust him head. And then when my granny bust my head, they say I had on a white shirt, a one white t-shirt where you have one train on the front with the smoke come out of the train, and the t-shirt said "Going Places, Washington D.C." at the bottom of it. I mean, you know, I like one of my favorite little t-shirt because I always used to say, one day I'm going to live a foreign with my mother. I know I'm probably can't all go Washington D.C. and them place there. So when time the blood up the whole like white shirt, Jerome, me frightened you frig. I thought I was dying and I didn't know where the blood was coming from. And then when I see it in my head, I mean, the buckle opened up my head to where I could have put my finger in the hole where it opened up in my skull.
Damn.
So, yeah, I could put my finger in it.
Well,
Talk about, and even today, no hair don't grow there. It's just a big old scar there. So, man, I really feel like me like a dead. You hear me? I was truly traumatized by that.
My mother just take pride. My mother used to be a farmer. And whenever she's coming home, she purposely every day stop and cut willow and guava just to carry it in. So it's just like she can't finish her day, we not find something to beat you. Maybe remember one
What's
time.
What's your beat for anything?
Yeah, man. Alright, I'll show you something, Flo. I remember my family them.
Wait, the Andrew. Hold on, the Andrew wicked your friend. Andrew say I know she bust your head on the belt buckle. Yo.
I'm show you one time she beat me. But me not forget that. My family them come down from Kingston and me know say whenever people about me find a can. Me go find one corner and take up book. Me never like book like that. But when you take up a book and they read in a corner, that's the most innocent you can look.
See.
My brother them a give trouble and them a run from her and them corner and them come. Brother them come in a corner when me they read my book, you know.
You get licked.
My mother give me two in my face if me don't know say when me see she a come me fi run.
Well, lick and share out, don't stand up, boy.
Yeah, man, you have to take care of yourself, man.
Yo, all you forget something, you know. Come. And you then you talk, what me do?
Alright, me see my brother them give trouble again, and normally my mother lock up the grill, you know, so you can't run out of the house. No, them the them bed, and you know, my mother come in my room 5 o'clock in the morning, and they beat my brother them, and go talk about say. It me no sister son a come out. What me do in a bed and me beat too. Come on, she beat for nothing, man.
Yo.
And then my father. One time I decided to more help my father. Because me see my father always a pay a man to wash them in vehicle downtown Mobile. And me see all the man them use one cheese pan, you know. And I wash off the car, you know, one cheese pan of water, you know, I don't know what them man they do it. So one day I take up one bucket and they do it. My father say, yo, you use the same dirty water. I go say, then daddy, I not see you pay man to wash car, you know. I say, Flo, he say, if I know my way, you have to hit the fucking highway. And the man wrestle me, push me down on the ground, sit down. I can't go say that at the bun after that. But just know say I leave them bust up on them things there. Can't forget it. Just because me decide to watch my father car.
But brother, you know, say you never see when the man them change the cheese pan though. Then they change, you know. Then they change the cheese pan, bro. You didn't think about.
What you said, you don't pay close attention.
You don't pay close attention. You wasn't paying attention to detail. I see I'm not too water. You have a spread all over the man car. Yo. But your intentions was good.
Yes, it was good.
Yeah, but you never see that.
Every time me innocent and me get a ratted beaten and me have good intentions, it live within me forever.
Yeah. Yeah, Mr. Never talk about me have good memories. I mean, did I get the lick? What you mean? Me have good memories. Me have good memories, yes. Like Miss Ruby said, Who feels it knows it. So you are gonna remember it different from me.
So when she say who feels it knows it, you feel like she admit guilt and not deny it
at the same time, and that's why I didn't want to throw a Ross elbow in that passenger seat there. What? I didn't want to throw a friggin' elbow, but boy, I couldn't do it still. I would have said just now, somebody said, boy, SouFLo, you're talking about it now because they're dead and gone. But it seemed like you were afraid of them even up to the other day when they were still alive. I would have said just now. I saw that comment. But it's not afraid. It's more like I had a certain level of respect for them. So, you know, let bygones be bygones. Yeah, manners and respect to them, and let bygones be bygones. Because there ain't nothing you could do. What you gonna do? Stand up and get mad and then what? Malice your grandparents for what? I mean, what's gonna come out of it? Nothing. See? And rob myself.
So you know, said the mere generation, them new Gen Z here, then when they go by all the granite casket and whisper in our ear, say, you still don't know, so remember, you know, you see your day will come in.
You're going to hell, bitch. Lower the casket, lower the casket. Bury eyes.
So what you did say? I want to know alive this morning.
Yeah, draw me up. Big up yourself, bro.
All right.
Yo. Yeah, but we don't stay like that though, because we're not grosso. You know what I mean? Yeah. So manners and respect to my grandparents, same way, man. We can't hold none of them things there. We did learn from them though, not to do that to our children. Because I'm not beating none of my picking them like that. Bust them head. Have them bleed and run around, panicking, not knowing where the blood coming from. I could see if you do that to a 14, 15-year-old, I'm not saying to do it to them. I'm saying they would be better able to explain or handle what was done. I know, rationalize, Daddy was beating me with the belt and he accidentally hit me with the buckle, right? But a 6-year-old, a 5-year-old, you beat them like that, there's no rationalization. They just like, I want to die, or I thought I was going to die, or they'll be afraid of you for the rest of their life. You know what I mean? Yeah. But anyway, you know, we grow and we learn, man. We've been through enough things, experience. We are real Jamaican. We grow rough. You understand? Even though we left yard earlier than some, but we get through a fair share of what growing up completely Jamaican means in that era that we came up in. We never miss any of it. Walk, go to school. Sometimes play out a door barefoot and buck off my toe because me a kickbox. Box where we used to use the box juice box them and make with one football out of it, and then you go kick it with the boy them, man. Because we never have football and you end up kick rock stone instead of kick that and kick out your whole toenail. You know, all kind of something we grow up to do. Like regular country Jamaican picnic. We grow up out a door. Because out a door we grow up in our yard, but out a door. One more thing I wasn't allowed to do when I was growing up was go play in anybody else's yard. I wasn't one of those kids. People could come play in my yard, but me couldn't go anywhere. So I didn't get to go anywhere until I came to America. And then when I was in the US, I get me like a bicycle, and I would like be in Miami, like going around the block, and it start with around the block to round 2 block to round 20 block to way over on the next side of that town. Hurry up and go. So, because your mother can't call you. We never have cell phone on them, something to them time that she don't know where you at. You just have a certain amount of time to be outside and be back inside. So ride fast and go somewhere. But in Jamaica, I wasn't allowed to go nowhere. So the only place we could have played was outside in my own yard. That's it. Yeah, we were super protected, even though play Stonewar. I end up with more bus head. Yeah. Well, I'm more like the kind where used to build gig. You don't know what a gig is? Yeah, we used to go cut like guava wood and shave them down and teeth piece of sandpaper and sand it off and use what we call grass buckle, which is a piece of broken bottle, and shave it down till it's smooth and put in your nail in it and sharpen up your nail tip on these things, and you wrap your card around it. You have to get the right card too. And, you know, drop gig on them, something there. We used to play a marble. Sometimes we used to play even dandy shandy with the girl them. You know, I make like down the shandy, I have to run a sight ball, I run back up as well. Never do the double dutch something though. Only the girls them do that. So I never learned for double dutch. But you know, we were outside. We play outside. We grew up playing outside, not in the house. Your yard was ground zero to Kaitai Jai. Couldn't go nowhere. Everybody could come to my yard. Me couldn't go for them yard. Couldn't even leave my yard. Yeah. And we used to make our own toys. Like, man, I be telling my kids, listen, my kids have like 100 piece of toy and they only play with them every once in a while. You see them take out a one piece here and a one piece there. And every so often, like birthday come around, Christmas, all these things, them want more toys to put on top of them, the toys that they don't play with already. When we were growing up, we cherished every piece of toy we had. We cherish every piece of toy we had because more than likely we make it. You know, nobody never send you that piece of gig there. And you go cut guava wood and shave that down. And you find juice box and string them together. Right? And use buckle stopper and these kind of things and make your own toys. So you cherish your little toys them where you make. It wasn't like broke them up and I want the next new one. Worse if somebody come from foreign and give you like one car or like one truck or something. Oh my. Now those were cherished. Play Stocky. Stacey Ann. Play Stocky. And when we get bigger now as boy picnic, we start play Salada Kick and then kind of sitting there. Salada Kick. Salada Kick, a whole heap of fight start over Salada Kick, you know, man. Salada Kick. Man, kick the ball through your legs, and now everybody wants to kick you in your body at least one time. Salada Kick. Yeah. Where you say, Mervin? I have a 5-year-old pick with my favorite toy. An Ajax bottle. Or an Ajax bottle. And what you do with the Ajax bottle? You turn it in a one truck or something? Where's the Kaz? Pencil and writing book every Christmas. that was your gift. Pencil and writing book every Christmas. Use condensed can with the string them, make telephone. I mean, I tell you, hello, and nobody couldn't tell you so them phone they're not working, you know, I'll fire in your call, you know. But I tell you, put the string in it, tie it from one card to the next thing. Come on. Salad was a cruel game. It was. But Kataja, you never play Salada Kick. No girl, me no grow up and play Salada Kick. Salada Kick was strictly boys. Strictly boys. Cause we know what the outcome is. We have to kick a boy and then batting now when time the ball gone through him leg. So we're not gonna kick up a girl picnic them so then we murder we. If you playing Salada Kick with a girl and the ball go through her leg and you kick her, then we kill you. Then we kill. I mean, I don't know about now. I don't know about now, but I know growing up, I bet you won't hit no girl. Yeah, we were raised like that too. You can't fight with the other boy picnic them, but as a boy picnic, as soon as you lick one girl, boy, I like them want to kill you. The amount of beating where you get to see. What Dorothy T said, she said, Jerome, sorry, you cried to sleep. We got revenge by stealing his sugar cane when he went out. Kaz Robinson says, and the joke was parents used to hide the gifts like it was something great. How when you check it out, a book and pencil. Them a hide me Christmas present, you know. I mean, I know how them all give it. Same thing as last year. Book and pencil. Who remember the school book them will have the bird on it? The bird with the wing spread on it. The school book them will have your timetables in the back of the school book on the cover. You remember them there? That's why most of we grew up knowing our 1 through 12 times table from a very young age. Yeah. We grew up knowing from 1 time 1, 2 times 2, 3 times 3, 4. You know all of your timetable all the way up to 12. It stopped at your 12 times. You know, so them something that them need to bring back. Because if you ask the average youth right now, just off the top of his head, 6'8". I bet him look for you like, first thing he's gonna reach for is his phone. 6'8". Hold on there. 6 times 8. What me calculator? You know? All them something there. Your metrics table did in the back of your book. Metric measurements did in the back of your book. Centimeters and millimeters, kilos, feet and squares, and all that was in the back of every exercise book back in the day. In calculator phone, Mervin. I tell my kids like this, man, I say, listen, if I had everything that y'all have today, I'm sure that I would have been like, no, I would have been one of those, because y'all remember that we didn't have anything to tell us definitions of words or how to spell them properly. We didn't, or how to structure a sentence properly. So if you're worse when you go to one of them schools where them beat you one time, you get things wrong. Because they used to beat you for that too. You used to get beat back in the day if you couldn't read properly. You used to get beat back in the day if you wrote a paragraph and you didn't put your punctuation in the proper place. Your I no have no dot on it. Your T never cross and look like L. Your sentence didn't end with a period mark, or you put the wrong something in a something. You getting beat. Them used to literally beat you for them something there, you know. Nowadays, you just type whatever you want to type, autocorrect, send. Imagine if we didn't have that. Man, I can't tell you how much big word. And them used to go home, they used to give you like a list of words. Every week we used to get like one list of words, 24 words or so. And you have to come back from over your weekend and know the 24 words and their definition, how to spell them and their definition in full. Just by no paper in front of you, no nothing. They don't do that no more. Nowadays, you talking, you have to dumb yourself down. Because if you really use some of the words that you've been using in your vocabulary that you learned over the years. And at primary school, we are learning them words there. You know? If you use those today, people that look for you like, why talk like him so hassy did he like him highly educated and know better than everybody else. Under that, literally primary school, me learn them word there at Jamaica. They will give them big long list of words there and you have to go home, go look them up. And we used to use with dictionary. We never have Google. We have to go in a dictionary or we have to go in an Encyclopedia Britannica later. Man, yeah, dictionary part of your books. Remember that? Dictionary was a part of your books. It was one of the books that you carried around along with your other books. Facts. And you have to study. They used to encourage us to learn one new word every day. And plus, at the end of the week, them used to give away one list with about 24 words. And over the weekend, you have to know these. So you know, just go home on the weekend, go skill archie, they used to call it, and just don't do nothing with yourself. Run around, climb tree, pick fruits, and run wild in the bush. Even though that's what I used to do. But I still had to go study those words. Because I know some Monday morning come, and Miss Smith start ask you, and you don't know the meaning of them words there. Oh, the woman there gonna beat you like say you are her child. And your fear picnic this would just mess up something in the house. So she used to beat with like we are fear. Like she and her man grind and get we. That's the kind of beating the way you used to get from the teacher them. Them own you. You are theirs. I want to tell you something too. Those teachers actually really cared about us. You know, you have a lot of teachers now who really don't care about the students. The teacher them is like, I'm going to go to college, I'm going to get my degree, I'm in my profession. I'm just frustrated because them not pay we enough, but they pay decent enough to go on and till me get something better. you know, and them just come in and them just teach, and them teach like they're teaching to the air, or them teach like, I know people them a teach, you know. Our teacher used to care about us. They, like them used to care to the point where it hurt them feelings when you're not doing good, because you are a reflection of my doing. When people look at you and see you and they hear you speak, they think of me, because you spend most hours every day with me. I am responsible. So, hey boy, if you're not shine, you know, I make me look like me dull and me dunce. And then them start throwing some raw slick pipe. You go outside, go act like you're buto or you're dunce. That's one of the reasons why I couldn't understand how dunce became a thing in Jamaica. That's when me know some did I get too old now. Cause me hear dunce and me see people actually said them dunce. And me and my friend them dunce. Do you know how embarrassing it was to say you were dunce? Matter of fact, dunce people never said they were dunce. The dunces person would not admit that they were dunce. And we pass that. Come see people celebrating how dunce they are. Just like how we pass certain things and come say certain people stand up on Rasta stage. Again, we back to that. We back to how the times have changed. Yeah. You would have never hear a man say, me dunce, you know? Yeah, man, me dunce, man. Back at the class with there. No subject, no, me just dunce. That was embarrassing. You call a kid dunce back then. Matter of fact, you couldn't say kid neither. Because kid belonged to goat, right? So you ain't calling nobody no kid. I am a dunce child. Pickney used to cry when they call them dunce. Miss Matty one son him dunce, you see? Hush up, why you cry for? She called me dunce. It used to hurt your soul to hear somebody say you're dunce. Big dunce bat. That's true, Nance? And that we used to use disrespect each other, your big dunce bat. Now them sing it in a song. Me and my friend them dunce like bat. It went from big dunce bat to me and my friend them dunce like bat. Yo. Oh man. What you say, Mrs. B talks health and wellness with the twist, and most Jamaican teachers still care, and that is why they work even sometimes with their pay when their pay is delayed. Yes, and I give them whole heap of credit for that. And I love that. There are those who still care. When I was growing up, I'm saying though, we had more. I think today's teachers, some of them are frustrated because of the conditions. But these conditions are not new. So you got to think like back in the day, those teachers were going through the same thing too. Nothing new. Is the same chaka road them where we grew up with 30 odd years ago still dead up on the road now. And those who are older, 40 odd, 50 odd years ago, are the same pothole full of chaka road them still there now. Most of the same school building them still there now. Most of the same, you know what I mean? So the conditions didn't change either. I just think life was simpler in a simpler time gone by, maybe. Things did cheaper, maybe. Life did simpler. People saw another way. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. But I feel like the teacher them used to take with them picnic when we there at school. Like, once you leave your yard, once you enter school gate, you belong to them teacher there. Them teacher there, me not lie, them teacher there beat you and treat you like say a them grind and get you. That's what me I talk about. You are theirs, their child. I don't see that relationship with a lot of our teacher students now. And there's a lot of things that you could factor into that. You know? Look on school picnic now. School picnic now is not like how school picnic used to be back then. They're not. So the teacher them can't personalize the student them as in take the student them like a for them picnic. Picnic I tell teacher go suck your mother. And teacher call the mother and the mother come up there come tell the teacher go suck your mother too. Like, come on, when we were growing up, right? The same way you would think, I could never say that to Miss Ruby. You can't say that to Miss Cleavy. It's the same way you would think, I can't say that to my teacher. Same way. With the same amount of reverence, with the same amount of respect. That time they're gone. That time they're gone. See? Now, the student them look like, let me see a youth stand up a road. In a video come out of Jamaica, I'm stand up a road at a bus stop, and one of the teacher them was at the bus stop. Remember at T-Square where the youth them bring come school? I said me always want one of them there, see, but I wasn't in Jamaica long enough to become a youth. Me always want a pair of Clarks and a T-Square. I know so when I became a big boy at Knox, I would have gotten my Clarks and my T-Square. But me never stay long enough to reach to which part we get Clarks and T-Square. So I used to admire the bigger youth them with the Clarks, tough leather Clarks and T-Square. Anyway, there's a video that came out of Jamaica, a little youth. Him look like a midget, but him have a T-Square, so I know say he probably is a midget. I'm kind of like extra short. But you hear the man style up him teacher at the bus station. The man tell him teacher some things at bus station. Him say, yeah, pussy, we don't depend on school grounds now. Say something. You see all you, a gun finger and teacher, you know, you see all you. Hey man, I won't even go to repeating the rest of what he said, because just know say a bare expletives, right? He basically was chastising the teacher for the teacher laying down law and order in school while school in session, but the teacher have to walk the same way them go home and take the same public transportation as them, so them catch the teacher off of school grounds now at the bus stop. And you see, if you see the language and the gun finger and the man all push up him T-Square and I teacher face, and I'm like, this must be a skit. This must be a skit, because that we wouldn't even think about doing that. All when we used to see the worst teacher in our school out a road, you're not saying nothing. You not passing the worst teacher and say a word to her out a road. If it's out of term, you can't meet Miss Smith will beat you up at school down a market on Saturday afternoon and talk about, hey, ugly bitch, you see how you beat me Monday? You see how you beat me I bet you wouldn't. So things have changed, and the teacher them can't love up the picnic them like how they used to. The teacher them used to really care for man. More teachers, but we were different. We were different. We had respect. We had to have respect, because we come from a time when teacher beat you, but even that beating there at school, you couldn't talk about it when you reach home, because your people used to automatically assume, say, what teacher beat you for? What is it that you did today that Miss Smith had to beat you for it? More than likely, you know, is the next beating you're going to walk into, you know, because you're going to school, go shame the family now, right? So we come from a different time where you had to have them kind of reverence there and them respect that. You know, just go out and just disrespect nobody. So that come back home. And that's one thing I think we're missing too. Because you represented your family. Remember? You always represent your family. You always represent your school. If you're out the road in your school uniform, your school name was riding on you. I'm in a business what grade you were in. In Jamaica, as long as I could remember, your school name was riding on you if you were out in the streets in that uniform. Give you an example. Some big girls from Knox, them time them little, big girls from Knox, truck pull up, them jump in a truck down a beach with man. Somebody see them a beach with man, way down a woy and carry them come back up high school. You know, for the rest of that year, all you heard is how the Knox girl them love man. The Knox girl student them love big man. And them down here take big man. And them never say the young girl them round here love big man, you know, is Knox girls love big man. So every girl will go to Knox now, in a that now. That's how it used to be treated. So you used to walk and try to bring respect to your school, bring respect to your family by the way you act in a public. No, nobody not care. In grade 5, 6, there was a straw dunce hat with ugly The straw dunce hat. There was a straw dunce hat with ugly ties on it. I think me wear it once. Oh God! Or they used to put you in the dunce corner, Charlotte. Or they used to put you in the dunce corner. Boy, when they put you in the dunce corner and tell you to turn around and face the corner. That's why that. For those of you who've been here long enough, heard the story when I told you about when I was in the military, and that my first sergeant had left the company and a new first sergeant took over, right? And he was from West Virginia, little short white man from West Virginia, super racist too. And he started walking around with the UCMJ book, Uniform Code of Military Justice book, and he was like, my job is to fuck soldiers' career up and get them kicked out the military. So you better walk a straight line. Now, the first sergeant we had from before him was a black man. And the first sergeant we had before was like, his job is to keep soldiers in the army and have you become a good soldier so you can have a full career. Two completely different. But we realized that this man did a gear theme, destructive chain of thought, messing up careers and getting soldiers kicked out. He would gear that towards mostly black soldiers. One time I get in at something. This man gonna bring me in his office and tell me to turn around and put your face in the corner. Instantly, every ounce of Jamaican rebelliousness blood rise up and bubble up in me. I say, you know what? First on, I'm gonna stand at parade rest. Because you a scary ass, and you're gonna write a report saying I was waving my hands around and you thought I was gonna punch you or something or hit you or something. So I put both hands behind my back, which is how you stand at parade rest. But I say I'm not putting my face in no fucking corner. Put your face in the fucking corner, Mackenzie. I'm not putting my face in no corner. I don't give a fuck what you do. And no more me I tell him because it come from that. When I was in Jamaica, they used to put you in the dunce corner. Me never go in that dunce corner yet. And them used to turn you around and put the picnic them face in the corner. And now as a big man in the military, one man come tell me about me if you turn around and put my face in the corner and go up in the corner. Go up in which corner? Do whatever you got to do to me. But you ain't putting me in no corner. And I'm definitely not going in that corner to satisfy you today. Boy, one big piece of sitting come out of that, you know. That first sergeant called down. When me say, all of the team leaders and everybody flying in man office and surround me like said they're not gonna do something to me. I just stood there at parade rest the whole time. I'm not putting my face in the corner. And he was hell-bent on getting me to put my face in the corner, and I was hell-bent on not putting my face in the corner. And I never put my face in the corner. I can today proudly say I did not put my face in the corner. You didn't break me because I didn't put my face in the corner. And I was willing to take anything you were going to do. Any form of uniform code of military justice you were going to pull out of that damn book. Anything you didn't want to do. You want to put me on, you want to reduce my rank, you want to take my pay, you want to put me on 45, extra duty, all that. You even want to kick me out of the military? I don't give a flying. You not putting me in a corner. And get me as a man to put my face in a one corner with me two hands back on me. Not happening. Proud as hell because I stood my ground for real. Yeah, mad people, man, but I was triggered by it because of that. Them used to put the dunce picnic them in the dunce corner. Now that Charlotte just said they had the dunce straw hat, we had the dunce corner. And them used to turn them around and put them face in the corner. And they picked them stand up like this in our class. With them face in our corner I wall. When I'm over there so in our corner for cause him dunce. He calls him dunce. Yeah. You know, really and truly, the way how we were raised, and that's why I'm not mad at my grandparents either, because the way how we were raised, yeah, if you look back and try to rationalize some of it, you're going to be like, damn, that was some brutality, yo. But I'm not trying to judge the past with today's lens because it's two different time periods. So once you get past that, then you won't do that. All the people who feel some kind of resentment towards them people and stuff are people who, no, I'm not talking about those who are like really abused, like people did that feel you up and rape you up and them something that I sympathize with you. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about those of us who used to get them like a bus ass that we used to get with beaten and thing, and we used to get some strict discipline. It really prepared us for the world. Because there's nobody out here that could break me. There's nobody out here, and yeah, I might have gotten some of that from the army because everything you go through builds you. You gather tools from it to become who you are at the very moment now. So I couldn't say it did all them years in the army and it did nothing. Of course, it did a lot, right, to my character. But I think back then, when we went through back then, that probably even influenced my decision even more to take that career path and go down that road. You know, I remember when I was going in and they were like, because I scored really high on my ASVAB and I could have gotten any job I wanted. And they were like, them showed me one video. Remember I told you about the guy who looked different from everybody else? I like the jump boots he had on. I didn't know it was jump boots at the first, some Cochrane boots he had on. His whole uniform looked different, and he had this blue cord that nobody else had it on their uniform. And I was like, whatever he does, that's what I want to do. And he turned around and he was like, you don't have the balls to hang with the big dogs. I was like, sign me up. That challenge. And who I was with at the time was like, please, no, don't give it to him. Don't give it to him. And the recruiter was like, miss, he's an adult. He's old enough to say that's what he wants. You know? And other people were like, you scored that high and you choose that? Why did you choose that? That's for like, anybody could get that. I'm like, nah, that's what I want to do. I want to jump out a plane. I want to run out of the back of Bradley. I want to kick in doors. Because I do like a ton gunman out there, so I want to be gunman in there. But that's gunman in a controlled environment. I don't know. Some part of me was thinking of like the karate movies that we used to watch and the karate we used to play. All them something there, yeah, kick down and thump down banana tree, down a banana walk and sitting like you were really being prepared for your future with everything you've been through. The hard beating them, the run from lick. Hey, me used to have to run from lick, you know. Me used to have to run through banana piece and my grandfather did fit. And my grandfather used to run me down. Sometimes he used to give me sometimes he used to give me a leeway, like make me go on first. This man made me go on one time, I'm cut down the banana piece, I tell you, down the hill, I'm running, I'll reach down the road in a Miss Netty yard. Next time I go to Jamaica, I'm going to tell the story on video and show you the distance I ran. And this man way up a yard, you know what he up there doing? Him cut piece of guava stick and have a machete and him shave off. He's shaving off the leaf them off of the guava stick. I prepare the whip when I'm going to beat me with it and I'm running. I'm going to tell myself, so can't catch me. I'm gone. I'm going to reach too far now. You see, when my grandfather take off from up at the top of the hill there, him push down the whip in his side and him something I saw and time belt. So when him take off from up there, so I seen this man getting closer and closer and closer to me and me I run faster at it and him catch me. Him catch me down and Miss Netty them yard. Miss Netty them had like a big yam field because them plant whole heap of yam next to them yard. I mean, I run through the woman yam field now. You know, that's something you don't do. You can't step on the people them yam head. I'm tearing down her yam field because I try to get her from him because him might get closer and closer. Till me I'm going to say the man just drag me so and carry me go all the way back up our yard. In a one room and lock the door and give me some rotted beating, you see. I think that's the day that I took the can of paint. He had a drum where every evening Master Clevie come in, he have one big red plastic cup that sit on a flat piece of 2x4 that go across this drum. And the cup turned down. Wash out and turn down. So every evening him come in, him whistle. All right, morning. And him come in and him take him plastic cup, dip it in a drum every evening, go so first, wash out a little bit, dip it in again, and drink him water. Well, there was a can of red paint that was there, and for some reason, I just said to myself, say, I wonder if me pour the can of red paint in that drum of water there. Mind you, know, I carry water full drum, you know, because we don't have direct water running, not like you now, or you go in the bathroom and turn on spigot, water come out, and so you got a water we collect. You have to go down a gully with basket, bucket by your head and 2 buckle in your hand and carry water. The whole family carry water just to fill up these drums. Wonder if me put the red paint in the drum and mix it around with the 2x4 we did the cross with holding cup. If me could have see what color the water would have turned. Would it be like pink, or is this too much water like it would disappear in there and nobody could tell that I did it? Well, I pour the gallon of paint in the drum of drinking water. And of course, it turned red. And it was a lot of water. It turned pink. But you could obviously tell that a gallon of paint gone in the drinking water. So, Mas Clevie come home the evening. Time upstairs, I never have my finger them. It's like, Jesus Christ. Me, I watch him from upstairs, you know, through the window, because the drum was right, and the drum to this day is right under that window still. Different drum, but it's still set in that same place. See me, and the man come and he whistle, him, put on him machete, him do him same routine, him pick up him cup, shake around, dash it, dip him cup again and go so. And then me hear, as soon as he did it, him call out my name. I have a nickname. And as soon as him do it, me hear my nickname call out loud. I was like, oh shit, me I got dead. And that's how that arson happened that day. I run, me cut down the banana piece, I'm out of here. Nah, catch me, because Grandpa don't beat. But when Grandpa decide to beat you, try don't get the beating when I go give you, because I'm give you one different kind of beating. So I try not get that beating there. Boy, I did fit them time there. And him did so fit, me never know so him did so fit. Because you hear grand before him name, you think he's a grandparent. Him, my grandfather was fit as hell. The man run me down and catch my friend. And give me some rotted beating, you see. But I say all that to say this. All of what we've been through is definitely, yes, what make us who we are today as far as our resiliency goes. You know, see, the people them from full generation, we're not too thin-skinned. We're not. You know what I mean? And we know how to, like, navigate and problem solve and move ahead kind of thing. And don't get too caught up on the BS for too long and them kind of sitting there. Yeah, because them put we through it. They put we through it already. Yeah. But what you say, Kai, you know what, Mr. Bram? That's how Kai is. That's how Kai is, though. That little boy, Kai is just like that. Kai is very... Sometimes I wonder, like, Kai be just bouncing around the house, and sometimes I'm like, just sit down. Just sit. For 5 minutes, just sit right here. Because you be sitting there doing something like this, Kai fly by you, so then you see him bounce back, gone there, so then him gone around behind you, so then you see him with 2 things in his hand, so he's like, what are you going to do with those? And him disappear and come back with 2 sitting different. You're like, Kai, what are you doing? He's just like that. And that's another thing. Your children are, your genes are something else. Yeah, me get to watch Kai be exactly the little kid that I was. And I wonder how my grandparents them do. That's another reason why I ain't even mad at them, because I can't even imagine them having to run behind all the way what did in the house, and me did just so extra with this whole heap of energy and just whole heap of curiosity, and you know, yeah. All the Jamaican old people and children from back in the day seem like the same person. All of us think alike and carry on with the same foolishness. All of us think alike and carry on with the same foolishness. And you can't escape it. You can't escape it, no matter how you try. No matter how you try. I saw a video last night of this one girl. She was crying in her video. I thought it was something was wrong. Because she put on one piece of balling. And she was like, and she hold up the one Jamaican something. And I'm thinking, oh my God, this must be tragedy in our family. The girl a ball. So she a cry for everybody who is not Jamaican. Because there are literally people on the face of the earth right now who cannot say that they are Jamaicans. And the way she ball, yo, I'm like, but yeah, it feels that good. And we took all the stuff that came with it. Because just saying you're a Jamaican is not just enough, you know. You have to have been through the fire. At some level, you have to have been through the fire. That is what forged you. That's why, you know, our children who are born overseas, they are Jamaican, but that's why some people don't look at them like, because them not get the same. Because times change on all these things. But anyway, enough of that. Let's talk about, oh man, this brother killed this girl. So sad. This is what I wanted y'all to see this morning. This brother said, for the guy who said earlier, or the woman who said earlier this morning that, no, it wasn't a woman, it's a brother we called this morning, right, on the live, and he said, Jaden, the little youth, Jaden, him still missing, right? And I say, yeah. Or what did happen to him? I say, yeah. And I said, there's a video I want y'all to see. This is this video. Listen to this man story right or so.
Bush me come from still. Yeah. Me go cut some post. You know, see it. Me go cut some post, say, build up my bird cub. Take out some ball paint out of one cub, which pass some ball build up, they got too much bird in the cub. But me I tell us a virgin. So when I hear me talk about the Jaden Smith story, brother, me serious about it, you know.
Listen.
And you know what, me serious about it. Me heart a bleed. Because me have a 12-year-old little boy. See it? And a 16-year-old hurt my little boy when he was 6-year-old. 6 years ago now. Hurt him. I couldn't find him in night. No family member couldn't find him in night. The whole of everything say him dead. And when you take a sack of somebody who close to him, close, where would I come like him family? We come in at the yard. Take him a little boy, say, I'm going to build him kite. And I'm going to build him this and I'm going to build him that. When me find my little boy, his penis cut off. Right now, the boy will hurt him only go to prison. Go spend 5 years, because at the time, I'm 16 to, and the judge say, he's underage. And them only give him 5 years.
You hear what I'm saying?
See it? And a 16-year-old hurt my little boy when he was 6-year-old. 6 years ago now. Hurt him. We couldn't find him in night. No family member couldn't find him in night. The whole of everything say him dead. And when you take a sack of somebody who close to him, close, where would I come like him family? We come in at the yard. Take him a little boy, say, I'm going to build him kite. And I'm going to build him this and I'm going to build him that. When me find my little boy, his penis cut off. Right now, the boy will hurt him only go to prison. Go spend 5 years, because at the time, I'm 16 to, and the judge say, he's underage. And them only give him 5 years. Now him come in there on a West Street, on a fish ground somewhere around the same day. So people, if you look out for them culprit that, you know, in near Ricardo Garden. I told me now, when picture me, I post it up now, I'm going to see it, you know. Even though I the one when him go to school, but him face can't hide. Who hurt me like a boy. People me I talk about the Jaden Smith story. Me vex people. I bush me I come from. Me not like virgin. People them hurt little you too much, virgin. Them hurt little you too much. Now me and my little daughter I come again, me a freak about my little daughter. Cause boy hurt my little boy already and cut off him penis, you know. I make my little boy come like him stress out. Give me be a trouble. One night me have to thump him in my mouth and bust up him mouth when me shouldn't have to do. But you won't listen to me, cause I come like him traumatized and mash up the TV. Look out my window. I don't know what him to do. You understand me? You look like him traumatized. No, some people don't understand me. Some people are got you in Jamaica. That little boy and family, them hurt him. The stranger can't hurt you. Your family hurt you. Yeah? I'm a Bex. A bush me I come from still. Yeah.
There was so much said in that video just now. Let's take it back from the last stuff he said. I'm saying I cry about Jaden because a family hurt you. And a stranger, a family hurt you. And him feel like his Jaden family hurt him. Same situation happened to his child. Him child was 6. Evening I come down, the picnic missing. Everybody I look for him. They must have been probably dead somewhere. It turns out it was a member who they call family, close enough to the family, who was 16 at the time. Take away him son and tell him, say, I can't go build him some kite. Remember, we just talked about how we make toys and stuff. I can't go build him kite and them something there. Them say by the time them find him, them find a little boy with him till it cut off. Wow. So much is going on right there. How do we even begin to unpack? How do you begin to even unpack? And then the part where he said the other day, I'm going to thump him little boy in his mouth, bust up his mouth and all them thing there. Because the little boy mash up him TV, mash out him window them in his house and all kind of something. Don't know what him never do. And he shouldn't have to do all that. But the little youth now listen to him. But it look like the little youth traumatized. The little youth is 12 now. It happened 6 years ago. You think he not traumatized? 12, puberty. Puberty is coming in. His body is changing now. Around them age, you start sprout like a hair upon your front. Remember when them say, oh, yeah, go, yeah, roll voice now. Yeah, attitude like, yeah, smell yourself. Come in like you start grow like a hair upon your front. You feel like you're a man now. Feel like you're a big man now. Well, it's around them age there where start. That little child is traumatized. And that little child's father is not going to be able to help him to deal with that trauma. There's so much to unpack in that just one little video right there. So the father not going to be able to help that child. The father will always lash out in anger because he's going to think, you broke my TV, thumping on your mouth. You broke up the window them in my house, thumping on your mouth. Beat you up anytime you disrespect me or not listening to me. Even if he knows that it's coming from a place of deep hurt. I can't imagine being 12. I mean, look down on my TV is not there. I can't imagine being 12 looking down and my thing is not there because somebody cut you off when me did that 6. You know what I'm saying? Fun fact, right? I had a cousin. My cousin died years ago he fell out of the back of a truck or the back of riding an open back truck and they had an accident. And he lost his life in that. Hold on. He lost his life in that. But that was my older cousin who everybody looked up to because he was going to be somebody, right? Bright, going places and everything. And he my first person, me say, because me a little youth. And you know how boy picnic the whole of we go pee, you know, you just zip down and pull out and piss a bush. So the whole of we piss a bush. We were peeing against a fence. And me look over so, and me see some whole heap of hair upon my cousin front. And me say to myself, say, me can't wait for my time come. When me turn big man and my front get hairy too. That's what I said, you know, to myself. God bless Kirk's soul. Kirk passed away years ago now. Auntie Marianne, big up yourself. But you know from your little where you're going and you hope to get there kind of thing. So I hope this father understand that his 12-year-old has just hit the doorway of puberty and he's about to go right into 13, 14, them age there. Him not dead. So the hormones are going to be raging in his body and he's going to be changing. His voice are going to get deep at 13, 14. You know what I mean? The testosterone are going to kick up and all that type of stuff. Now when him supposed to experience wet dreams and unwanted erections and all these kind of things. Somebody mutilated him. Somebody mutilated him. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning. Yeah, my brother, what go on? Thank you for holding on.
Anyway.
Go out the road.
Yeah. But last colleague started better there. You know what I say? Down to the father traumatized.
Yeah.
He's a man that would cry out for help, you know. I want to tell us that. Even though I'm not business to him still, but I said that little youth that want to do that thing that to him son, watch it. Because the man said problem bus fight. I see when that man I got you and know said that little boy they run a one part, I walk up and down and live normal. And him have to his stress. And his son traumatized and good there and mad out. Things do happen.
Yeah.
Things do happen, Reggie.
Yeah.
The machine so machine it's the man you
yeah.
You know, I tell her no lie. Like machine when you feel some type of way against a what? Jamaica it could deal with them the type of trauma there. Then
the youth and the father need help.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And Jamaica does that.
Yeah.
Provide them kind of help in them kind of situation. You understand what I say? And that's the sad part of it. In going there and somebody from outside that try to help, they now get no help. And they need help.
They need help, bro. Can you hear my
See,
talk about?
12-year-old, if you talk mash up TV, mash out to him that this and that. It's a get to him.
It's a get to him, bro. And as him get all that, really I go get to him.
Really I go get to him.
Yeah, wait till him start supposed to have relations with girl
Thank you
and
very
them kind of
much.
something.
I realize I can't do them thing there.
They get to him, brother.
Try to my feeling too. I listen to all of them. You can't hear the man cry. He only does to help me. But that's hard to hear.
Wicked.
Honestly. Wicked, man.
Wicked.
And that little 16-year-old boy, he probably older than that, you know. Dead in for dead. I'm not telling about that.
Yeah, me not gonna get to that now.
You know, I think about something the other day, SouFLo. You know, that some things can't end. Because I think about certain things. For whatever reason, harm your child. See? Potentially take your child away from you. And provoke. How are you supposed to deal with that? You're supposed to allow the law to deal with that. And just go say, all right, you'll go there and you have him in and around there, so still go to school and then think that we must just try to get over and go. I said, what do we go? That's a genuine question right now.
I'll talk about that right now.
When we think about all them things, then it's especially what about all the things them right now. And that's why so wickedness can't done in the youth. You know, I'm going to say some more things, but I'm continue to drive the story which I made, but I tune in.
All right.
People cut the fuck out and love each other and protect people in the youth. And cut the fuck out.
Real talk, brother. Real talk.
Yeah, yeah. Back in the chat there, man. I go and watch how I go.
All right, bro.
Yeah.
You know, I was going to say, 5 Up asks, what are you supposed to do in a situation like that? Is this one of them situations where you allow the law to handle it? Well, guess what? The law already handled it. He went and did 5 years, and he's back out. And like Kaitaja Empress is saying right there, now it's scary because the victim and the victimizer now live in the same community. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Imagine living in the same community with a person who kidnapped you, really lured you away when you were like 6 years ago, because now you're only 12, and cut off your genital as a boy, cut off your penis. And now you in the community and you see the same person walk past. Imagine that. Imagine you are a parent and you know exactly who did that to your child and you see them walk past every day. What do y'all think the proper actions should be in a situation like this? Your child is still mutilated. You have a boy that has no penis now, and this person just a walk past on every day. You know, the father tried that thing just now, right? Exactly, Nance. The child, the victim is going to be reliving that trauma on a daily basis. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
You can't start SouFLo because I wrote me this.
All right, run it, bro.
SouFLo, me cut off my private and you come back on the 6 years. I'm not fucking out a community.
Can't hear you, man. Your phone not good.
Hold on. You my private, but you still come back and walk up and drink. This morning I drink 3 bottles of JB rum. So when we come out there and see you, I look for this alley don't but they want, you know what, tomorrow. Even if the people together like that, how many people they will solve together. SouFLo, a back and forth with a stupid match it out.
Your phone now run too good, but me I go repeat some of what I said back for the audience, but them can't hear you.
Yeah, man, yes, SouFLo. Cut off for me something and get up.
What you say? Back and front here sharp that machete there.
Back and front with a shot that machete the SouFLo. I mean, I don't know. You know, you want me to chat in the chat in the Yeah, man.
All right, my brother. I feel bad for both. I feel bad for the father. I feel even worse for the child. Because now you're confronted with something like this, right? This is how you have to weigh your options and say, you have other kids to raise. How you gonna raise the other kids them if you sacrifice everything and just say, yo, I'm gonna chop up that boy there. Because the law is going to tell us that you shouldn't have take that into your own hands, them will charge you for murder, and you have to go sit down for at least one next 25 years before you get to come back out the road again. By that the time all the other picnic them spoil up. So you get revenge for that one son there. And the son probably, that son is going to, processing all this, that son going to go through all kinds of bitterness. Because the son is going to say, you are my father, and you did not defend my honor in any way. Because somebody do something like that to me, and them still a walk around here, and you see him all the time, and you can't do nothing. Probably that's why I'm going to mash up him for other things, you know. Mash up TV and broke out the window them in the house and all kind of something. He has so much to process. Yo, I appreciate you greatly. Thank you. Yo said he probably can't do nothing because the youth probably have bad people, family. All that. But you know what, Yo? Bad people get it too. Bad people get it too. Yo says the dad probably can't do nothing because the youth probably have bad people, family. That's why there's that thing in Jamaica that we call reprisal killing, right? I don't know if a lot of you know this, but majority of the killings in Jamaica are reprisal killings. This is not my words. This comes from Minister of National Security, Dr. Harsh Changdam, and their database of information pertaining to majority of the killings in Jamaica are gang-related and reprisal killing. And that make up probably about 90% of the killings in Jamaica. Reprisal killing is when time stuff like this happen. You violate a child in this way. The family is law-abiding, tax-paying, them in no badness, so them allow the law to handle. The law go ahead and handle and give somebody like that 5 years. And in 5 years, he's back out on the road. He went in at 16, he's back out to celebrate his 21st birthday. Him not even reach old enough to say I'm a big adult yet. Back up on the road again already. And now he's back in the same community. There's nothing that was put in place that said you cannot even go live back in that same community. You have to move across country, go somewhere else. So more than likely, this victim is actually still seeing. Remember I told y'all that in Jamaica, them don't have no law concerning if a man rape a girl and him go prison and him do 5, 6, 7 years and him come out of prison, him can go live right back next door to the same girl where him did traumatize, and there's no law that says he can't live there. So while we're having these discussions, there are so many different things that I'm trying to address at the same time. I'm trying to address the fact that this child are gonna need help, like long-term, lifetime help, counseling and all that. Also, I'm trying to address that the father who is raising him is going to need help because the father himself is starting to abuse him by his own words. And he's starting to abuse the same child who has been abused and traumatized and mutilated already. No matter if he take extra abuse because he might go lash out because of what happened to him, which is beyond his control because he's not getting any proper guidance on how to channel this anger, resentment, whatever he's feeling, and every time him do something, him father go thump him and bust up his mouth or something like that. Y'all can see how badly this could turn out. Let me tell y'all a story, right? The first person I saw in Jamaica, well, is the only person when me see in Jamaica we get hang. The first time I saw a tongue, I realized the human tongue was that long. It was a brother whose name was, they used to call him 5 Cent. And his real name was Ken. And him leave up a Clarendon where we was up my part and him go down a place named Veer, which is still Clarendon. But Veer is known for like St. Thomas Obia. Them say the Obia that's so strong. He went down there and him deal with a girl and him and the girl getting her things and the girl mother said, I'm going to set you. I'm going to set you so you walk from here so go back to your yard. And when you go back to your yard, you abandon your parents, them house and your parents will chop you up and all kind of something. I ain't making up no story. Him walk. This is a long walk. Him walk from, it take days for walk. This a walk and walk from there, back up with area. He walked straight up on my veranda. Them time the house never have the grill. Yet people could have just walk up on the veranda. And him knock on the front door. And me answer. And him say, Capos there? No, Capos. Capos are my other uncle. Him call for my other uncle. We have a tall red uncle who used to walk and him tiptoe them. You know, and him say, like him say, his real name is Peter, but them have another name for him. Grease. Him say, Grease there? And I say, no, Grease not there. And him say, well, when I see the man, you see, tell him say, I'm a 5 Cent, my name here, sir. My name Ken. I'm a little kid. I thought that was weird as hell. But him did look disheveled, you know. Him clothes tear up and him look like somebody where I travel, just walk 5,000 miles or whatever. And I knew him from around the community and him never used to look so. Tell him, say, my name 5 Cent. My name Ken. I say, all right. The brother there go road, go buy a gallon of gasoline and head straight down to my parents' house. sprinkle the gasoline around the house. Them did have, most of them house was made of wood. You know them house that were part wood, part concrete. People are transfer over into concrete, but them are do it slowly kind of thing. A lot of houses start out like that, and then years down the road, you see a concrete structure built. Wet down in parents' house and light it. His father named, them people here passed and gone now. His father named Mas Vivian. Anybody from down there remember that story I may tell? Mas Vivian run out and see Ken set the house on fire. And first thing Mas Vivian do is chop him. Mas Vivian used to carry one big flat Billy. We call them Billy. Them cutlass the name Billy. Them broad. Like I think of them they cut sugar cane. Right? The blade is broad. I have one hook on the end of the blade. And him chop him son and split him head from ear to ear. You would think that would kill somebody, right? The youth take off him shirt and stretch it and tie up him head and hold him head together. Hold him head together, and the blood had drip down through the cut and wet him up. And Mas Vivian make him go on after him chop him and put out the fire around him house and thing like that. And the brother there, Ken, we said don't call him 5 cent, him name Ken, so me call him Ken. Ken turned down in the bush. The next morning, I'm on my back porch. With up on the back veranda. And from my back veranda, I can sit down at them for them piece of land. I remember me look out. You know, you wake up early in the morning and you get a little minty and sitting on 2 crackers. And you go up on the back veranda, I'm up on the back veranda and I say, that look like somebody. I hang for the... As me said that, me hear, why? Me say, yes, that sound like Miss forget what her mother name, Miss Lena. I said, that sound like Miss Lena Ball. And then remember, oh shit, that's Ken. So me run inside now for go tell grandma and grandpa say me see Ken and hang from the breadfruit tree down there so pan. Mr. Mas Vivian climb up in that tree there. I use the same machete and just saw the rope. Big breadfruit tree, you know. Saw and I way up in the top of it him go to and saw the rope and just making his son body drop and me hear boop from way up on my yard. Then put him on a piece of board, carry him up the hill, and lay him in front of my gate. I've always been a curious kid. And I told y'all, even in OT, like when patients that I've worked with in therapy pass away, if I'm at the facility, I always go into them room and I go look on them close up. Because something with death and seeing a human who I used to see alive, jovial and well, now just dead. Soul gone from body, lifeless, just there. So me run go to gate when them put on him body on the piece of board. Me run go to a gate, go look, cause the rope still there on him neck and everything. Me rotted, me say me frighten you frig. Me a little picnic, you know. Me frighten you frig. I run so fast back into my house, cause I was going to look to see, cause me think me I gonna see just him. But me say the tongue. The tongue was out so far it passed him chin. It did like way out here, so with everything else that is connected back here, so to your tongue, all the way hang out. So I'm frightened or rotted. I'm running on, me run, go back inside and I say, Grandma, we tongue long, you know? We tongue long gone way out here. So and my grandmother say, what are you talking about? And I said, me just say, Ken. Them lay him down out a gate out there so cause somebody will come pick him up with a car. Right? And then they came with a car, pick him up, carry him gone out of the area. I say all that to say this. The story here with that little boy here and the way how he's traumatized is not going to end good. It's not going to end good. This is going to be another one of those stories. I don't mean to talk bad or predict bad. I hope. I hope they get the proper help they need. I hope miraculous things happen in their lives and this little boy is able to find his way to one of those lives where, you know, people have some hell of a beginnings and then 20 years down the road, they're like bestseller, book writer type of go around speaking to people about this and that, and they're flourishing in life. And I hope him life turn out like that. But coming from the rurals, the proper help that's needed to navigate all that is highly unlikely to reach. What is going to reach you instead is more abuse on top of the abuse. Ken was an abused youth. 5 Cent. 5 Cent was an abused youth. And what I used to say, 5 Cent, 5 Cent. And I saw him trauma end up turning out into him own father who couldn't deal with it. Mas Vivian split him head with the machete. And then him take himself out of the world right there in the back of Mas Vivian them house. So this man now talking about how they did his son and him know who, and he gave the person name and him tell us which part the person is. I'm going to play the video one more time before I change it because I want everybody who tune into this. Somebody is going to say, yo, SouFlo, I might hear that. That's where I come from. And you see the youth who I talk about, I actually know him. And me never know say him do that kind of thing. I want it to be like that because I want others to be warned. Because there's a next part to this. Jamaica have a habit of letting these kind of predatory people go back among regular people. Anybody who does that to somebody is not somebody that is okay here and should not be living among regular people unless they have gotten or are getting proper care. Fiaso. That's not a normal behavior. That is so far not normal. You don't just take a little kid and tell him, say, yo, I'm going to build you some kite or something. Come with me, man. I'm going to make 2 gig for you, build you some kite and one box juice car. You're going to have some fun and stuff. And it's somebody you trust. It's somebody who is a family member or considered a family member. Your big cousin that you know. So the youth go. And the first thing you think to do is cut off the whole line penis. That person that shouldn't be amongst them. And I think those who are around him now deserve to know what it is he did in the past as well. So the family need help, but everybody around that youth they need to know what him do. Because he's very much capable of doing the same thing again. You know what I mean? Yeah, so when I see the video, I see the man talking at the video, I said, God damn. That's why I'm so thankful for my life, man. Because with all my troubles and problems, every time I look around, somebody just in a sitting where way worse that I wouldn't want them that kind of problem. That is problems. That is problems. You hear bitching and complaining about small stuff. Ain't nobody take away your little 6-year-old and go cut off them genitals. That are real problems now. Everybody needs to know that youth there. And I'm glad the dad called his name and called the area that they're from, that he's in. Everybody needs to know that youth there. It's going to take a community to keep an eye on him to make sure that when him do to the youth there, him not do it to nobody else again. Right? So one more time, we're going to play this. I don't want to beat it to death. I honestly feel kind of sick just even thinking about what this little youth going through because he's still a baby. He's 12. But 12 is where you hit puberty. 12 going on 13. And now he is right there and he won't be experiencing certain things that he should be. Bare frustration that will come from that. He's going to have to deal with body dysmorphia, you know, looking at your own body and hating it. He's going to have to deal, you can't come out of your body. You have to go live with it. You know? Yes, the father called his name publicly and the area that he's in. And that's what we're going to play again. So I want everybody to listen. I'm going to play this again. And I want you to listen to the area that they're from. And I want you to listen what the name of the person he said is and what he did. And I'm doing this because nobody, I guarantee you, nobody put out a warning that said him in the area and this him do, so make the whole of we keep an eye on him so him not do it to nobody else around here. I think he has an incentive to actually do that again. Because him only do 5 years. And he probably did 5 years in a juvenile facility and came back out. He only do 5 years in a hard man prison. So he's like, oh, I'm going to get 5 years for that, and the 5 years blow off quick. You know, Kaitai Joy Empress, that's another thing I was thinking. He needs help. He needs help. And I'm also hoping that government officials, somebody in position of power who can make something happen, get wind of this story and reach out to that family. The little boy especially. Again.
A bush me come from still. Yeah. They go cut some posts. Yeah, I see it. They go cut some posts, build up my bird cub. Take out some ball paint out of one cubish pass some barbed up. They caught too much bird in the cub. But me I tell us a virgin. So when I hear me talk about the Jaden Smith story, brother, me serious about it, you know. And you know what, me serious about it. Me heart a bleed. Because me have a 12-year-old little boy. See it? And a 16-year-old hurt my little boy when he was 6-year-old. 6 years ago now. Hurt him. We couldn't find him in the night. No family member couldn't find him in the night. The whole of the thing say him dead. And when you take a sack of somebody who close to him, close, where would I come like him family? We come in at the yard. Take him away, little boy, say him build him kite. And him build him this and him build him that. When me find me little boy, him penis cut off. Right now the boy will hurt him only go to prison. Go spend 5 years, because at the time I 16 to and the judge say him underage.
Right,
and him only give him 5 years. Now him come in there on a West Street, on a fish ground somewhere around the side there. So people if you look out for them culprit that you know. Him near Ricardo Garden. I told me now him picture me post it up now, I'm gonna see it, you know. Even though I the one when him go to school, but him face yeah.
Ricardo Garden, around a West Street, around a fish ground. That's what he said. The person name is Ricardo Garden.
Ground somewhere around the side there. So go spend 5 years, because at the time I 16 to and the judge say him underage. And him only give him 5 years. Now him come in there on a West Street, on a fish ground somewhere around the side there. So people if you look out for them culprit that you know. Him near Ricardo Garden. I told me now him picture me post it up now, I'm gonna see it, you know. Even though I the one when him go to school, but him face can't hide. Who hurt me like a boy. People me talk about the Jaden Smith story. Me vex people. A bush me I come from. Me not like virgin. People them hurt little you too much, virgin. Them hurt little you too much. Now me and my little daughter I come again, me a freak about my little daughter. Cause boy hurt me little boy already and cut off him penis, you know. And make my little boy come like him stress out. Give me be a trouble. One like me I feel thump me in my mouth and bust up him mouth when me shouldn't have to do. But you won't listen to me because I come like him traumatized and mash up the TV. Look out my window. I don't know what him to do. You understand me? You look like him traumatized. No, some people don't understand me. Some people are going to Jamaica. That little boy and family, them hurt him. The stranger can't hurt you. If your family hurt you. Yeah? I'm a Bex. Bush me I come from still. Yeah.
Man. Yeah, he's about 21, 22 years old at the moment. Where is that King? King son? So I'm shaky. You know, it's a trauma, bigger trauma to don't. Trauma, bigger trauma too. So we are going to say the youth shaky and do that to the little youth. But I want you to think about something too. I wonder what was done to him that led him to do that to that little youth. You know? Penals123 says, but why would that 16-year-old at that time do such an act? Was he abused by a family member of this dad? You understand? You get it now, Penals123. That's the question right there, right? You get it, right? So, yeah, trauma begot trauma. Trauma begot trauma. You're more along the lines of asking, why did he choose that particular person to do that to? Wonder if it has anything to do with other family members from that side of their family who did something to him personally. Man, listen. We're going to leave that one right there, though. We're going to leave that one there. Right? That one that feel heavy upon me, like, but you know, I don't have any right to complain about heavy that feel upon me because we're able to use the story to teach a few things and raise some awareness and stuff. And I can't cry traumatized because how dare me? I'm not the one that have to suffer that. You know what I mean? But yeah, Kaita Jai Empress, his father obviously traumatized too. Obviously. All right. What I said earlier, we only have about 2 more topics to go. And what I said earlier about there's a doctor that was talking earlier about relationships that make you sick is what he was talking about. Relationships that make you sick. See? And I thought, damn, I got to bring this to my audience. Relationships that make you sick. So I started thinking about relationships that make you sick. And of course, first we could think about sexual, right? About those kind of relationships, your encounters, not being sanitary, being promiscuous. And of course, the sickness that comes from those are like AIDS, syphilis, gonorrhea, all the STDs, STIs that you could think of out there. And then he started talking about another type of relationship that makes you sick, like sick in real life. Being in a relationship where your relationship is filled with tension, where your relationship is high stress, in a relationship where you have to eggshell walk all the time and you have to suppress a lot. He was like, those are the relationships where, if you notice, well, this is scientifically proven now over decades of study, that people in these types of relationships tend to end up with the heart attacks and the strokes and the, you know, other types of diseases that develop inside of your body. And I thought, damn. So one of the most important things you can do is make sure that you're in a relationship that is healthy. Make sure you're in a relationship where you can speak your mind, where you can, whatever good you put forth is reciprocated, where you can breathe. You can breathe. And I've broken it down to a science, to the science of breath, actually. This is not the first time I talk about this enough. That's why I resonated with it when I saw it this morning when the doctor was talking about you have to get away from these types of relationships because they kill you slowly, but they eventually end up killing you. And from his years of study, that's what he has come up with, right? I don't know if I said this to you. Well, no, I do know I said this to you before. I'm going to say it to you again, and then we can move on to our last topic. So you as a human being, whenever you are upset, walk with this. Whenever you are upset, whenever you are holding stuff in, whenever you are building resentment inside of you, whenever you are not content, spiritually happy, you breathe different. And it is through that breathing different that you start to starve your own cells of oxygen. And when you start to starve your own cells of oxygen, you can bring out your little science book them now or get on Google and type this out. What happens to cells when they are starved of oxygen? And your relationship will literally do that to you. The next time you're upset, even when you're like, no, I'm good. Nothing, I'm not really mad. You know, sometimes you have to do that. You have to say, nah, you're good when you're not really good. You know, you really want to say something, but you can't say it because whatever the case may be. Or you think you're taking the high road. Or you think, but let's go on and say me wrong just for peace sake. Or, you know, resentment building up inside of you. Every time you do any of that, you start to breathe differently. You literally start to breathe shorter breaths, which eventually end up being you starving your cells of oxygen. When you're relaxed and you're happy, you take longer, deeper breaths and you feed oxygen to your cells. And that's the way how a relationship gets you sick. It's crazy. It's crazy to think that you'll be with somebody and you're like, yeah, man, we're going to work it out, you know, but we're going to go through some things. And then going through some things lead to years of going through some things. And you stay there telling yourself, nah, let go still. I'm not letting go. I'm not letting go because I'm not the type to let go. And all the while, you're getting sick. Because all the while, you've been starving your body of oxygen, your cells. And diseases are starting to grow inside of your body. I want them to be conscious of that today and really think about it. This goes for anybody out there who is in a relationship where you feel like it's hurting to hold on and you've been holding on too long. This goes for anybody who's in a relationship out there where you feel like it's making you take shallow breaths and you're starving your cells of oxygen. Before your disease manifests or diseases manifest in your body, you might need to let go. You might need to let go. I'm conscious of problems and what they do, right? Like, even me talking to the kids. And I'm like, how many times I got to tell y'all, man, do not go to bed and leave all them damn dishes in the sink. I got to tell you the same thing over and over and over. You know, I did that 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, 7 times, lost count. And one Saturday morning, I woke up because the kids came in Friday night, whole heap of plate, pot, everything in our kitchen. Everybody eat. I went to bed and left everybody up. Everybody ate, left everything in our kitchen same way. I woke up Saturday morning because I'm the first one up, and I see my kitchen looking crazy. And I started off, and I felt the biggest chest pain ever. I felt the biggest chest pain ever. And it was the first time I said to myself, you know what? How many times have you told them this? Answering myself, I lost count. Okay. How many ways have you tried to tell them this? Tried every way. Soft, hard, loud, low voice, angry, just in a normal, casual conversation, every way. It's time to not tell them that no more. It's time to just go do the damn dishes yourself and save yourself. That chest pain you just felt when you got loud like that, I just did my physical. I'm good. I know I'm good. Physically good. I'm running on the treadmill. I'm not feeling no chest pain. Why am I feeling that chest pain when I'm raising my voice to get you to do stuff that I've told you 100 million times already that it needs to be done every time before you go? And ever since I started just waking up and I see it, if they do it, I commend them for doing it. Who cleaned up the kitchen last night? Jane did. All right, Jay, good job. Coco did. All right, Coco, good job. Jay, tonight's your night, right? So leave it at that. Try to keep everything on an even keel and try to save yourself from going from here to, You don't hear me tell us of it. Bring it back down here, so. Because every time you go into, you don't hear me tell us of it. That's your heart. That's your heart. Literally, that's your heart. So remember now, hearing grandparents say, make me have high blood pressure and drop down in there. Remember when them used to say that? We never know what that means. Me now make you stress me out and make me get high blood pressure and drop down in here. And that. And them something there. Yeah. So when I say relationships, I ain't just talking about just man and woman and monogamy and, you know, you not work right and it gonna make you sick. I'm talking about all relationships. Relationship with your friend, them. I put it like this. If you stress it, if you make me feel any kind of way like I have to like, I can't breathe when I'm around you and this feels stressful, man. I'm cutting. I've reached that age in life now where if it's a lot of stress involved in me being in your presence or you being in mine, I'll see you from a distance. Because I don't want nobody stress me out. And I don't want to put myself in situations where I feel unnecessary stress. Because stress kills. There's good stress and there's bad stress. That's a bad stress. Friend says, sorry, I will not do it. Sorry. You will not do what, friends? Well, you say you can relate to that, Julie? I can relate to that. I did it for years until I could not take it anymore. More know friends said, sorry, I will not do that. What that mean? Yeah. So whoever you go around that make you feel, whether it's your intimate partner, whether it's your platonic friends, whether it's your children, whether it's your co-workers, your whatever, if you are at work 8 hours a day not breathing properly, that job about to kill you. That's why some people work in a certain environments and you will see like a bag of them end up with cancer. And you're wondering, how come all those people from that same facility are having like cancer? Like, is there something, a chemical leak in that facility or something like that? And they do all kind of investigations, them can't find nothing. It's the work condition and the level of stress and the amount of hours they put in on a daily basis, probably around people they absolutely do not like. And you keep doing this every day, and it starts building up in you. And you there not breathing, not taking deep breaths. And before you know it, disease starts to develop in your body. Again, let me close off that segment like this. It's important to breathe deep. Breathe deep. Breathe deep and take long, deep breaths. Exhale completely. Breathe in deep. I want you to go look up what happens when cells are starved of oxygen. Go. When you find it, you're going to make the connection to the conversation I just had. Right. Oh, friends, let me now wash no dishes. Sorry. Well, friends, you can either wash it or you can fight with them forever. Me not fight with them forever. Because from me feel that chest pain there, from me raise up my voice, every blood clot there, me I telling us to wash the dishes them on and I wash them. And me I get hurt. Is my pressure gone way up so? Is my head start feel light and my vision start get blurry? I'm cool. I'll just wash the damn dishes. I'll just look at it like I'm doing exercise. You ain't go to the gym today, walk around the kitchen 50 times. Get your step in. Wash some dishes, something. Yeah, put a positive spin on it, get it done, get it out the way, and just don't even bother make it bother you. You know, everything is how you look on it. Everything is how you look at it, right? So you can either look at it like, damn, I always gotta be washing the dishes, or you can look at it like, on my house, on my dishes, so let me wash my dishes then. And they're not always gonna be around me. So this too is temporary. And when the day comes when I'm by myself, I will only have my dish to wash. And that day soon come. So, you know, it all depends on what you got to tell yourself. But I'm telling you, it's best to just tell yourself anything and get through it and get past it than to be there. But now wash no dishes. I beer blood clot now cussing at this raw till them wash all the blood clot dish them on. Well, man, telling us how to wash this. That's you and your blood pressure gone way up. The people you are talk to, they're chilling. Their blood pressure is not aggravated. Them blood pressure good. Blood pressure, I see or something, you know. You ever see a pressure cooker in action? And the spindle, the top on the pressure cooker just a rattle so and it a whistle. Yeah. Don't treat your body like that. Don't treat your body like that. Friends said, when I wash no dishes, then we'll have to clean that friggin' kitchen. Yeah. But sometimes I just don't bother go through all that. I prefer just get up, do it, move on to other things. Yeah. Yeah. And you see how you're like, no, SouFLo, you need to set boundaries and order in your house, not me, and all these things. Yeah. People do that and die on their own sword, man. You do that and die on your own sword. Life is these are things that we learn from, I guess, new age people. These are like life not really so cut and dry. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Good morning, SouFLo. The youth must traumatize SouFLo. The internet is open. The youth can see everything. And when the youth see same as shared thumper, when the youth look down and see stupid time, they have to hear about him have thumper. Oh God, man, what a wickedness. Evil for evil, listen. Take your time, bro. Take your time, bro. Take your time.
All right, brother. That's Marvin. Marvin gone back. Him always late. No, SouFLo, you need to set boundaries and order in your house. Yeah, people die on their boundaries and orders, man, and all that. I did my time in the military. I know how to set boundaries and orders, but I'm talking beyond that. And it's these same behaviors that we're not willing to change or let go of or find another way to deal with certain things that end up making us sick. Anyway, you know, the same thing. How much people out there right now witness one of your parents develop some debilitating illness, and then you go back and look at what type of parent that was and how they were. Were they the kind of people who suppressed a lot? Were they the kind of person who was always angry and all these things, are aggressive and outbursts kind of person? Or were they kind of like even-keeled kind of person? Like, you got to observe all that. You know what I mean? Kaz Robinson says, SouFLo soft-hearted when it comes to his babies. Not really. It ain't really the soft-hearted when it comes to the babies. One part of me want to make sure that these kids, when they become adults, that they don't look back at trauma. I don't want none of my kids to look back at trauma and be like, I had a traumatic fucking growing up, and my dad played a part in traumatizing my childhood. You know, some people did that. Some people died. Some people went on their own, died on their own sword on that battlefield. Man, a business, what you say? This is how it gonna be, and this, that, and that, and their friggin' kids hate them to death up to this very day. What did you sacrifice just so you could stand with your own shield and your own sword? You're a warrior fighting who? And what is the long result, the long end result of all that? Kind of like what we were discussing yesterday pertaining to Haiti, right? And the Haitian Revolution. And I said, I'm going to say some stuff that some people ain't going to agree with. And I'm like, yeah, there were great fighters in the Haitian Revolution and all that. And, you know, even in Jamaica, that's how the Maroons and them fight the British in the hills for how long and how many, whatever. But we started out talking with Haiti, and I said, okay, but the battle was long. The war and the battle, different. We are witnessing today what's happening, what the blowback from all of that is. And I'm asking you, did they win? Did they really win? Same thing. You do all that stiff-neckedness and all that, lay it down and set boundaries and this, that, and then your kids grow up and they hate the hell out of you. And you know what's funny too? What's funny too is a lot of adults, right? They swear that when their kids get bigger, me no business if them come see me or not. I saw me say if it go and I saw if it go. Well, you know, that's kind of like those people who ride in the elevator to the top. They don't see nothing. They don't see no falling off. They don't see no having to double back. They don't see falling down and meeting the same people going back down, right? When you have to tuck your pride and go like this because things that you ain't who you thought you were anymore. All that, they don't see that. They just on the way up. So it's middle finger to everybody. I'm going up. Yeah, F you, move out of my way. Come out, move. I'm the man. I'm going up. And then when something happens that you never saw coming, and now you're being humbled going back down while these people are slowly going up past you, now it's like, help me. Who y'all gonna say help me to? Who y'all gonna say help me to? So I look at stuff different. You know? I look at stuff different. I look at stuff like some stuff ain't even worth all that drama. It's not. It's not worth all the drama. It's not worth what it's going to cause in the long run. The long run is what I look at more than present now. I could get everybody to do exactly what I want them to do around me. And if they don't do it, I can remove them from around me. Period. And I know that. But what is the long run payoff of that? You see what I said? So you have to start thinking about your healthcare, man. And you have to start thinking about the relationships that you're curating and how you're navigating through these relationships. And some of them are stifling you. But at the end of the day, again, I wanted to end on your breath. Your breath. That's what the doctor was talking about this morning, is your breath and your breathing. And I said, if you go back and look at some of my old videos, I spoke about this before. So when I saw a medical doctor speaking about it this morning, I was like, I've been talking about this, because it's only common sense that tells you that if your oxygen levels are starved, or if your cells are starved of oxygen, and it can be, your cells can be starved of oxygen through your daily behaviors, just through your breathing pattern, because that's how you take oxygen in and let out where you are let out, right? So if you are upset, your breathing is interrupted. You start breathing shallow. You start taking in less oxygenated air. You're starving your cells of oxygen. This is you creating an environment within your own body for your own body to start developing diseases, illness, sickness, just like that. So we just want to be conscious of that, right? Right. Now, if you want to be like friends on the yard and still wake up every day and till you bust a blood vessel back of your left eye and end up blind over this over dishes, then that's on you too. That's on you too. I just choose not to do that. But now I drop down in my kitchen, clutching my chest. Oh, come did I argue about the dishes in the sink when I could have calmly washed those dishes up and go sit down and relax. Never raised my blood pressure. Didn't say anything to anybody. Made myself a nice cup of mint tea right after or during and sip it while me did I do the dishes. And me and nobody now argue. Right? Another thing I find, and I'm going to close it off right here, is this. Say, for instance, my kids, right? My kids are getting bigger. So the ones I'm talking about and the cleaning of the kitchen, they're elder teenagers now. So after me done shout them out about the dishes, I don't want to speak to them. So now me I got malice and havoc, me picnic them, create this environment of I just hate you being around me and shit. When you know, and we have to share the same space for the whole next couple of days. Why do that over some dishes? Of course, when you get in there, you're like, man, I'm tired of telling them to wash these damn dishes. Okay. Breathe. Wash your dishes. Breathe. Take care of the dishes. Clean up my kitchen. Tell myself along the way, are you a host? Is it your kitchen? Of course, if nothing happened to you, you're gonna left the house to them, but it's your house. It's you live here. It's, you know what I mean? Clean up your own kitchen. Nothing wrong with it. You're feeding your kids. Your kids won't be around forever. They might go get big next year. 2 of them gone off to college next year. 1 gone already. That's 3 fly the nest. Your house soon lonely and quiet. Just clean up the house. Don't worry about it, my youth. You'll be all right. You know, that's how I taught myself through these things. So that me I try to tell you. Talk yourself through them something there and save your breath. Breathe nice and deep. Understand? Sam and Madeline. Hey, Sam and Madeline, thank you for being here. Sam and Madeline says, hi, everyone. Late today. I tell my client to try to control their 5 M's. Mind, mood, manner, money, and mouth. That's a good one. Control the 5 M's. Your mind, your mood, your money, your manners, and your mouth. That's a good one. On that note, we're going to end this one right here and move to the last topic of the morning. All right. The last topic of the morning, of course, is something politics and Jamaica and Jamaican. I saw something happen yesterday that I thought, damn, this is bad. You know, as much as the election just ran in Jamaica, and during the election in Jamaica, I said, I want to see a different prime minister, but it never happened that way. So obviously I would have voted PNP, but it never happened that way. So Mark Golding never became prime minister. And of course, Andrew Holness loaded up a 3rd term and, you know, he is there doing his thing. Okay. We respect democracy and the process. So he is the president, the prime minister of the country. I will respect that fully. One thing I can't get past though, is the prime minister's wife being the Speaker of the House. I don't know if y'all know it, but yesterday, Mark Golding led a walkout and they left in the middle of being in there having a discourse. House Speaker says, and now she says that the opposition walkout was a breach of parliamentary decorum. They walked out of parliament yesterday. I've said this before and I've said it again because I actually went and looked up what is the job of the House Speaker. What is it that they're supposed to do, how they're supposed to be, etc. So the House Speaker is kind of like a referee. And a referee is not supposed to pick sides. Now, I don't know how that is possible when the House Speaker, according to law, belongs to the ruling party, right? So how do you not pick sides and remain unbiased when you are of the ruling party? I don't know. That's a flaw that they would need to adjust, which would mean our House Speaker would have to be somebody that is of no party. Kind of like a referee officiating a fight. The referee can't get in the ring and say, Mike Tyson is who I'm going with. So every time Mike does something messed up, the referee is like, I didn't see it because Mike my favorite fighter and I want him to win. You know what I mean? The referee has to call everything fair. Mike punch the man below the belt, hit him in his nuts. The referee got to jump in there even though it's his favorite fighter and be like, hey, you can't be doing that. Take the proper breaks. Back to it. Let's fight. I don't think. Let me leave what I don't think first and just tell y'all exactly what happened. So, this is how it went down yesterday. The Speaker of the House of Representatives, which is Juliet Holness, which is Andrew Holness's wife, she has described this walkout by the opposition members led by the opposition leader, Mark Golden. Mark Golden first got up and walked out, and then his whole team followed him. She is describing this as a breach of parliamentary decorum and an action that undermines the interest of the people of Jamaica. Now, the subsequent walkout by members of the opposition was absolutely regrettable, she says, to say the least. But worst are affront to the proper order of the House, a breach of parliamentary decorum, and ultimately an action that undermines the interests of the people of Jamaica, whom we have all been elected to serve. Mistress Holness also said in a statement just before the adjournment of the House Representative on Tuesday, the walkout was led, of course, by opposition leader Mark Golding after he was cut off mid-statement by Holness. I watched the whole thing, right, from the videos that were being played. I watched the whole thing from the video that was being played. And what she was doing was, now they have a reason. I have to tell you what it is that they were, how this came about, so everybody understand. Because, you know, you have some Jamaican who they'll watch our stuff and they'll be like, shut up, PNP, boy. And I keep telling these people that I'm not PNP and I'm not JLP. I'm Jamaican, and I'm one of the Jamaicans who don't care about either party to the point where I am die-hearted about any of these political parties. In one election, you might see me vote PNP. And then in the next election, you might see me vote JLP. But I'm always voting where the best interest, the interest of the people lie, and who I think could better carry out this list of things or an agenda then that I see that could push Jamaica forward and make Jamaica better for all Jamaicans. That's how I am. So it's never a JLP or PNP thing for me. Even in the United States of America here, when I vote exactly like this. I might go to the polls and vote for a Democratic president. But when it comes to who is the mayor of my city and who sits on city council and all that, I might vote Republican. You understand? So I'm trying to encourage my Jamaican people to be like that. But people hear them conversation here, and before they even listen to you, they're like, I don't want to hear nothing what you have to say. PNP, boy. True, you're PNP, you have something to say about the woman all the time. Please do not take it like this. I'm genuinely concerned about her and the position that she holds because of who she is. So, Mark Golden had risen to his feet. Just to give you an idea or put you on to what happened, Mark Golden has risen to his feet to query, to ask questions why opposition members were not being allowed to ask questions in relation to a statement that was made by the Environment Minister, Matthew Samuda, regarding the approaching tropical storm, which could impact the island of Jamaica in the next 48 hours. Them say big storm a come, right? And we need to look out for the storm. That is Matthew Samuda. He said something about the storm and Jamaica's readiness. And anybody who tried to ask a question pertaining to that from the opposition side, Mistress Holness would cut their mics off in the middle of them talking. So Mark Golden, being the leader of the opposition, he's watching his people get up to ask questions. And as soon as they started, if it sounds anything like them questioning what the environmental minister just said, she would mute their mic. I'm watching it and I'm like, why is everybody going silent like after they say the first two words? And the next person gets up. Man, I was even looking at my phone like, is my volume messed up or something? She was literally sitting there just shut off them mic. And so Mark Golden, now being the leader, got up and he was trying to question, why is everybody mic being muted? Why are we not allowed to ask? Muted his mic too. She shut off Mark Golden's mic too. And when she shut off his mic, I was like, this lady is running this like it's her house, man. And it's like, and I mean her house as in her living room up at our yard. Honestly, I even said, boy, she looked like the kind of woman where Andrew probably can't even get a word in. You know, when she start arguing, him probably can't get a word in. Andrew Holness probably in his house have to just be quiet when she start. And she's accusing them of having no decorum when she is the one who I think has an issue with decorum, right? So the opposition member of parliament for St. Andrew Southern, Christopher Brown, he was repeatedly asked to take his seat by Mistress Holness, as she refused to let him ask a question about the outstanding payments to contractors. Honestly, they didn't have a good answer. They could have simply answered that question, but because she knows that anything them asks that the answer is going to make them look bad, she's not even going to allow them to ask the question. She has the power to mute their mic, which I'm like, yeah, she don't want that question they ask. However, she noted that the question that was raised by Brown was out of order and not in accordance with the standing orders. These are the rules that govern how questions are asked in there, right? Then she went to say the disruption today arose during a statement by ministers when a member of the opposition attempted to introduce a matter that was procedurally improper. Attempted, to ask a question, and before you could have get the question out, it is procedurally improper. Mic mute. Don't say that. It's not like she heard it and she's like, no, you can't ask that right now. We will address that at another time, right? That would be the proper thing to say, right? If you are truly there for the people and you are truly working at bipartisan business, like trying to get things done together, because we're all elected to be here to serve the people, right? You would handle that with some level of, some manners towards the other side, some level of respect towards the other side. Muting somebody's mic in the middle of them talking, as soon as they start to talk, it was like, hey, let me ask you something. What happened to Mr. At the end of the day, nobody heard nothing. It's like, she could have simply said, okay, I hear your question, but we will need to address that at another time, right? We'll need to address that at another time because now is not the appropriate time to ask that question. Simple, like that. Miss Holness, Mistress Holness, Speaker of the House, please listen to me. All you had to say, right? And it would make you look good. I understand that you and your husband are running the country like it's yours, like it's personally yours, and nobody can tell them nothing, which, it don't look good. And I understand you have a lot of people who support the way you're doing it, so you're probably never going to change it. But we are on the outside looking in. And I'm telling you that out of respect, you could have simply said, and try it next time I see how better it goes over. Remember, I know, them say you can trap flies with honey faster than you can trap them with vinegar. Right. So, hey, how about, okay, go ahead, ask your question, listen to the question, and then give a reply. Okay. Now you know that that question is out of place, but we will address that question at a later date. Anybody else have any other questions? That's it. That's it. She said, having assessed the content of the question and against the relevant rules, how did you assess the content of the question when you cut everybody's mic and they weren't even allowed to ask the question? A lot of these people kept talking because they didn't even know that their mic was cut. That's what I realized too. So she heard because they're in parliament with her, but it was being televised or videoed for television. So us on the outside, we didn't hear the rest of what was said. So having assessed the content of the question and against the relevant rules, it was determined out of order as the subject matter was not within the official cognizance of the minister tasked with responding to the question and therefore breached the rules governing the propriety and content of questions presented to the House. Oh my God. So just for ask one simple question, them sound like they went into the law library of the British law lords. Why? Why? She further outlined, she said, Standing Order 16-1A provides that the proper objection of the question is to obtain information on a question of facts within the official cognizance of the minister to whom it is addressed, or to ask for official action. And Standing Order 16-1G listen, I'm not gonna even read all that bullshit. I read through it already. I see what she's trying to do with it, but it wasn't that serious. They were just asking, are we prepared? And what about the contractor them that was supposed to be paid to do XYZ work? Were they paid in full, and was the work completed? That's how we are going to know, so we're prepared to handle this storm if it hit, and blah, blah, blah. She cut off the people that mic. Now, I'm going to show you bias, because this is funny right here. Remember, I know we last one this for the morning, so I'm going to show you this woman bias, right? And then I'm going to finish up by saying what I got to say. Now, this is Warmington, who we all know is JLP. This is Mr. Warmington. There was a I think it's Terrelong was giving a speech, but he was speaking in Spanish in Parliament. And there were delegates there who were Hispanic. And Warmington get up, and Warmington basically said, I don't want to hear none of this. I don't want to hear any of this. One not try to tell me that me need to go back to school, go learn Spanish just so me can come back here, come understand what is being said in our parliament. No, speaking of English, all right, don't want to hear none of it. He was being disrespectful, rude, and boisterous, right? You know that she found it funny. She not only found it funny, she allowed him to express himself. She cut his mic, and then him go off with him. Him not even didn't know same mic cut. That is how I realized that the others didn't realize their mics were cut until later. And then she, just watch this. Watch the interaction. I gotta give it to y'all here.
Regrettable that the leader of opposition led a walkout.
Jamaica siga siendo un buen vecino y amigo a la gente y el gobierno cubano. Nuestra historia y amistad ha sido lleno del apoyo de Cuba en muchos aspectos, especialmente.
Hold on a moment, member from St. Catherine Southwest. You are the standing orders were suspended.
Chill. All the noise you're hearing in the back is Warmington. Warmington is a member of her party though. All that interruption, do you see her reaction to that? Hold on a moment, representative from Southwest. The standing orders were, and watch and see if she's not gonna laugh at all that. Let me play back from the beginning.
Siga siendo un buen vecino y amigo a la gente y el gobierno cubano. Nuestra historia y amistad ha sido lleno del apoyo de Cuba en muchos aspectos, especialmente.
Hold on a moment, member from St. Catherine Southwest. You are the standing orders were suspended in order to allow. No, not only, member. I'm not sure if you had stepped out of the chamber at the time.
I'm not sure.
But leeway was granted by the speaker to allow specifically for him to speak in Spanish, to speak in a language. Yes, member.
Then she cut his mic right here and she's laughing, right? See, in my cut. Him no say my cut, you know. Warmington still a go on. Now she
Don't cut
switch
up
it
my
back
mic.
on.
Don't cut up, please.
Member, I
Don't
did
cut
not
off my
turn
mic.
your mic on at all. Could you
What I'm
start from the
saying,
beginning?
I'm not aware of what he's saying. I don't speak Spanish. Understanding all that is written. For this house, you must speak in English and English only. I have no idea what he's saying. And I'm entitled to understand what is being said in this house by any member. I don't speak Spanish. And this said, I must hear it in English. Okay? I use some of learn Spanish and come back.
Thank you for
She
your
laughing.
intervention, member.
Man.
So, members, he is correct in respect of the language allowed by Standing Order 6. However, the member asked previously and member, so he would have to speak in both language, English, and the same would be said in Spanish.
Jamaica siga siendo un buen vecino y amigo a la gente y el gobierno cubano. Nuestra historia y amistad ha sido lleno de la...
So, what should have been happening there is they should have had a translator and who should have been translating everything that was being said in Spanish into English for everybody there to understand, right? Them the employ no translator, them just have Terry Long a talk to the Spanish, two Spanish delegates that are there in Spanish, and nobody else in there don't speak Spanish. So and that's why Warmington, which will well within his right, was like, I went since we talk Spanish in here alone. According to the standing orders, they say everything in here must be spoken in English, and English the whole we speak. So you try to say, me have to go back to school first, go learn Spanish, then come back in here, you know what I mean? But it is the way how Mistress Wholeness accommodated him. It's the way how she accommodated him is the point that I'm trying to make. The way how she is so short-tempered with the opposition. You know what I mean? Just cut off everybody mic. Don't want to hear it. Don't want to hear it. Anybody else have a question? Anybody else has a question? Cut. Anybody else has a question? No, nobody else. No. Okay. Later. Bye. But when it comes to her own, it's like, hold on a moment. Hold on a moment. Hold on a moment. No. That's not what's happening. You know, okay. Let me hear what you have to say. Here's what I'm going to finish by saying. I respect the woman. I respect the position she's in. I respect the office she's in. However, I think there is a deep conflict of interest here with the Prime Minister's wife serving as Speaker of the House. Deeply. I know she's not going to let the position go because the law allows her to hold that position. So there's nothing in the law that specifically said the Prime Minister's wife cannot be. Because when they wrote the laws, which are the same antiquated laws from back when the law lords of the UK had Jamaica under their complete control, when they wrote those laws into place, they didn't think to put that in there. So based on that, she's able to be in the position she's in. And the paycheck that goes with that position is almost as much as her husband make as Prime Minister, which is millions and millions of dollars. So she ain't going to give up that position for nothing, right? But I'm trying to say is this. There is absolutely no way that she cannot be biased for the fact that this is her party and she is very much green, which is Labour, right? She doesn't see bipartisan, and you could tell. But also for the fact that she is the Prime Minister's wife and her husband is the leader of the party. So she will never be unbiased against what it is her husband's agenda is if the opposition says something against what the Prime Minister. So if the Prime Minister is floating an idea in the air and the opposition comes up to say, that's not going to work. And we can tell you right here the 5 reasons why it's not going to work. She can easily shut that off. Because she, in her mind, is like, oh, my husband are the boss. Y'all gotta listen to what my man said. We don't want to hear nothing what you have to say against it. Shut off your mic. Don't talk. Shut off your mic. Don't ask no question. Shut off your mic. Anybody else have a question? All right, I thought so. Adjourned. I don't know who never saw that, you know. I don't know who didn't saw that coming, but that's what it was. Or that's what it is. So, Mistress Wholeness, we see you. And me just think say I need to fix up, mom. Because it don't look good. When those old colonial laws were written, women did not have rights. There you have it too. But there's no there's no law that says that a woman cannot serve in there either. I guess because back then it was just unthought of that a woman would one day be able to serve in there. And since there was no law saying they couldn't, them just put them in there. And then now we have a problem where one of those women is also married to the prime minister, which creates a unique situation that I think needs a unique response. It can't go so. It can't go so. Her husband wasn't even there, Lady J. He wasn't there, but she is always going to run it like it is for him and her. Remember, I know, if they're the same, they're from the same party, what you think they talk about at home? They talk about the same thing at home because this is their business. Jamaica is now a family business run by the Wholenesses. They talk about it at home. So she already knows how Andrew feel on this and that. You know, you and your husband a pillow talk, babe. I say, Warmington, him, you know. In a parliament today, you know, I said, Terry Long, him get up and talk Spanish to the people. Them, y'all think they go to bed speaking like this? Just like how this song right here, so where we over here talking about Standing Order 16-1A provides that the proper object of the question is to obtain information on a question, in fact, of within the official cognizance of the minister to whom it is to be addressed, or to ask for official action. And Standing Order 16-1G subscribed subsequently 8 and 11 prohibits questioning asked whether statements in the press or by private individuals. I know, so them talk to each other. Them in the better talk to each other just like this, babe. You know, see, today. Yeah. Me say, him maddy sometimes, see. But me love him, you know. Me say him get up, you know. And boy, Terry Long did they talk to the Spanish delegates them in a Spanish, you know. Warmington start give them a warm time. Me cut him mic, the brother still loud. And then Andrew not there is gonna be like, I lie, really? What him say? Boy, I'm just there talk about how, you know, the standing order say we're supposed to speak in English only. I mean, I try to tell him say preparations were made from earlier and agreement was made that we would do it like this today. And he wasn't having it. The man did tell me about. Then I go back. I'm supposed to go back to school, go learn Spanish and come back in Africa, understand this. I say, oh, I laugh, you see. I bust out a little bit of laughing, but I had to contain myself, you know. And that's how they talk. That's how they talk. So don't bother to their things and them sound like no textbook or these law lords language. That's exactly how they talk. So he not being there, she already know what his stance is. Basically, have Mark Golden them, pardon my language, shut the fuck up when they come in there today. Don't give them no chance to ask about what the what the minister said earlier. We don't want them ask it because if them ask it, we have to go explain certain things and we're not ready. So don't make them ask it. Shut it down and keep the house moving. All right, babe? All right. Give me a kiss. Give me a pound. All right. Skin out. Backers. Bedtime. See you in the morning. Them kind of something there. So I go. But with that said, we're going to leave it right here. So this morning, I think she is not a good fit for that position that she is in. And any other position, run the place, but not that one, not for the Prime Minister's wife. And I've been said this, but I was able to get a good look at the level of biasness that she operates with now. And it is not pretty. It is blatant for everybody to see. I don't even think that the Wholenesses care. I don't even think they care. I just showed you how she dealt with Warmington, who is of her party, versus how she did not deal with the opposition and them just trying to ask a simple question that she could have easily said, Let me hear your question. Hear the whole question and then say, that question was not for now. We will definitely answer that question at a later date, all right? Okay, on to the next question. Anybody else have any other questions? And peacefully do that. But you disrespect the people them every time them attack. Lock off the opposition, lock off the opposition. The man them get up and walk out. Because they're like, why are we here if we can't even ask a simple question and you give us a respectful answer or answer in a respectful manner? You see it? All right. Where's Audrey? Till there is no more F. Till there is no more F to shot. Listen. Yeah, she out to other man, but I saw it go. Manners and respect to everybody tuning in this morning. We're going to cut it right there, so. Big up on yourself. It's Wednesday. Get over the hump. The weekend is almost here again. Give thanks for the day. All right. Go with God. Like my granny, Miss Ruby, said, be good. Be good. It's best to be good. If you can't be good, be careful, but it's best to be good. And my grandfather, Mas Cleaver, right there, so said, I will see you tomorrow if God spare my life. Knowing that you're not in control, God is. And you can't bring tomorrow, come give yourself, no matter how hard you try, no matter how much money you have or who you think you is. You're gifted with tomorrow if you make it to tomorrow. So if God spare life, we'll see you tomorrow right here again on Morning Thoughts. Manners, I'm out. Peace.